Nuggets ruin the Celtics. WPCF Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics got 32 points from Jaylen Brown and 30 from Peyton Pritchard last night. They beat the Lakers 111-89 in L.A. The Green held the home team to only 39 points in the second half. They're 2-0 on a 4-game road trip. They will be in Phoenix tomorrow night. At the Winter Olympics, the USA men's hockey team won a game for the ages yesterday. They beat Canada 2-1 in overtime to earn their first gold medal in this event in 46 years. Jack Hughes scored the game winner, 141 into extra time.
We're so proud that we could win for the USA Hockey Brotherhood. All the guys that have come before us, all the kids that are going to come after us, and it's such a great group we have, and we're so proud that, we could do it, and we're so proud to be American today.
Overall, the U.S. Olympic team won a country record 12 gold medals at the Winter Games and a total of 33 medals in all, placing them second to Norway during the past 2 weeks. The closing ceremonies took place yesterday. Bruins will be back at work Thursday night at home against Columbus. Pavel Zacha said over the weekend a concussion was the reason he was unable to play in Italy. He is expected to be ready to go against the Blue Jackets. Red Sox scored an 11-10 exhibition win over Toronto yesterday in Fort Myers. Brian Bayo allowed 4 runs and got 5 outs in his spring debut. Connolly Early is scheduled to start this afternoon in Port Charlotte, Florida against Tampa Bay. And the NFL Scouting Combine begins today in Indianapolis. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Super Service Today. When your heat or hot water goes out, waiting isn't an option. Super Service Today's warehouse in Denver is stocked with water heaters, furnaces, boilers, and heat pumps with same-day replacement day or night and always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah, boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
So I am a champion of the people. It's just something that travels with me, yes. Once you're NWO for life. Shout out to Sarge.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, and it is Snowmageddon. Snowmageddon, ladies and gentlemen. Are the people in the station? I can't see them on the Zoom. Oh, they're poked up one person.
I could see you. I didn't even think about looking at you this morning, Fred. There you are.
There I am.
Hi.
Here I am. Hi. So, good. The big picture, again, is something that I can't see. So, it's just kind of looking at everyone. The big picture is the S, which is just what you want it to be.
Now, I'm here. Wallach is here. 12 is here. Nick is here. Ryan, you're the only one not here, Fred. You're the only one smart. Because let me tell you something. As I was driving in this morning, I was not 5 minutes into my commute when I said, this was a mistake. This was not the right thing to do.
Yeah, okay, so explain what it's like outside, because I just got up. It's very dark outside. I can't see what's going on. So we have a text chain, and then in the text chain last night, I had told our Rick, our program director, that I was going to broadcast from home, which I assumed anyone with the capabilities to was going to do, based on the fact that it said in all the literature that I had been reading about this storm that travel would be impossible in the morning. They were using the word impossible. So I said, look, I prefer to do the show in the studio, but when travel is impossible, I will stay home and do the show from home. And then I just, one by one, I felt like I was in some kind of fascist army. It was just people were just like, I'll go, sir. I'll go, sir. Driving, sir. And now I know Ryan took a hotel in Waltham. So Ryan, only had to drive a few, like a few tenths of a mile.
Yes.
But you were coming from Canton Hardy. John's coming from Natick. Adam's coming from Skid Row. Nick's coming from God knows where. And you all decided to drive in. I was very surprised with that.
Well, I mean, based on the last timeline that I saw, and I wasn't, glued to my TV or the news last night, I thought it was going to start snowing at about 3 or 4 a.m. So I said, well, getting in won't be an issue.
Getting home would be.
Getting home might be an issue, but I'll figure that out when the time comes. Now, I don't have a plow guy, but I did hire one when I went on the 90s cruise. I don't know if you know this, John. I went on a 90s cruise.
I've heard that,
okay.
Yes.
All right. And that was right when we got that huge storm the last time. So that guy had sent out emails saying like, hey, I got a Bobcat. I can move snowbanks because when I come plow again, there's going to be no place to put the snow. I'm like, I'm not even going to reply to this. I only hired you for that, that one storm. Don't need you again. This morning at 3 a.m., I heard him in my driveway. I'm like, I didn't even want him to come back. But then I thought, wait a second, why is he here at 3 a.m.? It's not even supposed to start snowing until now. So I got up about an hour later and said two things. Oh, now I see why. And thank God that he's here, because if that were the cherry on the cake of my day, having to go home and go out in this, I would not be pleased. And I'll still have to go out and clear snow. I mean, the stuff at the end of the driveway and the sidewalk and just cleanup stuff is going to be a lot. But it started early, and so I got up earlier than normal, and as soon as I got out of my driveway and pulled onto the street outside of my neighborhood, I knew it was a mistake. It didn't even take 5 minutes. It's snow-packed. The snow is blowing sideways, gusting, whatever it is, 30, 40, maybe 50 miles an hour. You've got intermittent whiteout conditions. It's dark. And as I was leaving Canton, I saw the power go out at one intersection. So I don't know if it's on at my house right now, which I guess is maybe one reason why it's good I didn't stay home to broadcast, because I don't know if we're going to, have consistent power. And even if I get the generator going, I don't know if the internet will be up. But yeah, driving right now, if you don't have to, absolutely 100% do not.
And getting out of my driveway wasn't a problem, only a few inches on the ground, and they hadn't plowed my street yet, so there wasn't that big pile at the end. So I had no trouble getting out. But once I got to the Mass Pike, it was snowing sideways. They hadn't touched the pike yet, and usually the trip takes me about 15 minutes, 20 minutes to get into work. Took me 45 or 50 with no cars out there. And you hit on it. It's dark outside. You can't see anything. And there are times where you can't see 5 feet in front of your car. So dangerous to be out there.
Yeah.
Now, John, did you get any PTSD?
No. No.
You didn't feel that you were going back to the time you got stuck in the blizzard?
No, I did not. But one thing I'm very proud of is that my hands were not shaking. Now, both hands had to be on the wheel the entire time I was in the car. That's how bad the roads were. Here's
where I started to really have, some dark thoughts, because I saw between Canton and Waltham no more than 24 different vehicles. And normally you see 24 vehicles, by the time you get to the first exit. No matter what time of the morning, it's like there's people on the road. I got behind one guy initially, and he was going like 25, 30 miles an hour. I said, okay, I can't do this. So I move over a lane to a lane that hadn't just been driven in, and that was a little hairy. But once I got around him, I was like, okay, and then didn't see anybody for a while. And I started thinking, not only if I go off the road, and that's like a real concern because, like I said, it's dark, it's blowing sideways, you can't see lane dividers, everything is just white. And you see like a barrier on your left, and like, oh crap, I'm in the left lane now. I didn't even realize. So you kind of move back over to the middle. If I were to go off the road, I thought, A, I don't know if anyone is going to see me. And B, if I saw someone else go off the road, I would, your first instinct, any of us, this isn't being a hardo or anything. Your first instinct is like, oh, that person needs help. I wonder if I should try and help them. There's no way if I saw someone go off the road, I would pull over and
if
like
you
attempt
stop,
to help.
There is no guarantee you'll start again.
And like help how?
Yeah.
You get out of your car and it's like it's like survival instinct kicks in. I'm like, I don't know, man. So if you were to that's where I started thinking about John and started having those dark thoughts. I'm like, God, if I go off the road, I don't know if anyone's coming to help me, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like when you're a long way between exits and everything like that. That's when your brain can get working.
And I was driving so slow, 30, 35 miles an hour, and I was in between like two of the Dedham exits where it was super dark. And I thought, if I go off the road here and I call 911, they're going to ask me where I am, and I don't even know how to accurately tell them. Like, I'm on the highway. I think I'm on the right side. I think maybe it was the place where I would pull off to go to Legacy Place a little while ago, but I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I don't know where I am.
You driving through that forest going north towards Westwood?
Yeah, that weird like rural section.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah,
you're effed if you stop there.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's it ain't good. It ain't good. And so we're gonna have someone on later, Ken Mahan from the Globe, to give us more of a timeline. But I think this stays bad till about 11 o'clock this morning.
That's what the weather people are saying. Yes.
Right.
I think it stays bad. I don't think it stops snowing until tonight. I think it stays bad from what I'm seeing. I can tell you right now. I was just looking at it. I think it stays bad, pretty bad until 1, and then it continues to snow at a pretty good pace until 7.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, I guess the strategy would be go out at 2, get as much done as you can, and then you'll be able to deal with whatever came down after that. I think you'll be able to drive over it, and then wait for the balmy weather to come in, which is going to come soon.
I haven't even looked.
Oh yeah, tomorrow it's going to be a high of 32.
And it's supposed to snow again on Wednesday, by the way.
Wednesday's snow.
Yeah.
The high of 39, Jonathan.
Oh, all right. Good.
Then cloudy and 38. Then cloudy and 37, and then on Saturday we get a sunny 46-degree day. So
all this snow will be gone.
Sure.
By the end of Saturday,
right?
It's all gonna melt.
Well, say all the snow did leave on Saturday. That still gives us 5 full days with all this snow.
This snow's gonna be here
until June.
This snow's gonna be here till Memorial Day.
My God, we're not getting rid of this. This is gonna be here forever.
No, but it will start melting this weekend. But the thing is that what you're not getting that I'm getting is that there will be no melting whatsoever until this weekend.
Yeah.
So like everything that's on the ground will be on the ground.
Yeah. It'll be one of those situations where you can't back out of your driveway because you can't see. You know what I mean? The snow is at the end of your driveway will block your ability to see if any cars are coming.
But this isn't as much snow as the first one, right?
I don't know. It seems to me to be about the same.
See, the first one was 2 feet. This is not 2 feet. This is like 18 inches.
Well,
at least
if you go south, where Beaton lives, And where Hardy lives, you keep going south, then it gets worse.
No. Well, that's the price of living south. That's the price of the tropical climate. You know, you never know what you're going to get with that tropical climate.
Yeah.
Changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes,
Oh,
friend.
my God, right?
You know, that's what you get for living in that party place. You know, Mother Nature.
Stepped on a pop top, blew out my flip flop, cut up my heel, had to cruise on back home. That's the worst.
That's what it's like in Canton. That and all the celebrity trials, it's a whole thing.
Well,
you know, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, if you look at the rest of the week, this is going to be a week that is one of those that are called, it's a word I'm thinking, crushingly depressing.
Right.
That's the word I'm thinking of.
This
one
is
of those that, John, you still like your March 1st barometer?
Yes.
Getting better?
That's, as a matter of fact, I am now very happy March is coming because the weather may not improve. And we have a lot of evidence to say that it won't. But once you get by January and February, you know, winter's on the clock. It may not end for 2 weeks. It may not end for 3. But once you get to March 1st, the way I look at it is the end is in sight.
Is that the way you look at it,
That's
John?
exactly the way I look at it.
Well, gosh,
Johnny,
you're an upbeat fella.
Yep.
Johnny, what impresses you most? That March 2nd, the high will be 29? Or that March 3rd, the high will be 31?
Can you let me have this? Can you just let me have that?
John,
honest to God, why do you constantly have to be a wet blanket when it comes to these things?
Well, listen, on the 4th, don't worry. We'll get all the way up to 40 and then back down to 35 on the 6th. So we're cooking. Don't worry.
We're going to get walloped maybe one more time in March, and then the big snowstorms will be over. Trust me.
Well,
this is the way it's going to happen.
Well, here is the deal. If you don't get killed with snow in the first week of March, then in all reality, the snow won't stick. Because then it only gets over freezing overnight. Like a week into March, it starts to get to reasonable temperature.
See, now we're talking. This is my attitude about this. I like March 1st because it signals that the end is closer than it was when we were suffering in the middle of January or on a day like today. I'm choosing to feel this way because to feel differently would be really bad. So I choose to feel better when we get to March 1st. That's it. Whether or not it's rooted in reality, I don't care.
Well, good. I'm glad. I tried to take your line of thinking, and I'm having trouble with it because of facts. Is the only problem that I'm having.
Look, I'm no meteorologist, but looking at just today, with a high temperature of 32, if it just goes up one more degree, maybe we get some thawing today. Maybe some of this snow goes away. You know, it's just science. Once it hits 33, this stuff just melts away, right?
Sure.
Is that how it works?
Yep.
Especially with no sun. That generally goes on pretty well, too. A lot of melting without the sun. And there will be no sun today. Do you think the kids are going to have school tomorrow?
I was great minds. I was just thinking the exact same thing. So when did they cancel school for Newton yesterday, Fred?
Like late.
Oh,
late-ish.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
okay. It was, I don't know, maybe noon, 1 o'clock.
Noon for me, too.
When we got it. I would say, and a lot of towns still follow Boston for some reason. They just kind of do whatever Boston public schools do. BPS is going to be out, I would guess, for a few days because it has much to do with the buses can't get through. And if, two-way streets are somehow become one-way streets because of the walls of snow, then you can't have busing and you can't have school. Right now, I would say there's probably no school tomorrow, but while they're still clearing sidewalks, the kids have to get the bus. That's what it comes down to, I think, more than anything. If the kids don't have a safe place to go out and get the bus, then you can't have school.
I'm guessing that Newton will have a late start tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah.
And I'm guessing my son, because today they work from home, they've gone full COVID.
Oh,
today.
That's great.
Yeah, it's good memories. Good memories. I'm guessing they'll be from home again tomorrow because I have to have my son sleep here because I I sat down with a group of people yesterday. People not unlike you, Hardy. People with their hands in the earth and their hands in the oil. The people that know about these things, home improvements and things of this nature.
Were you at a cosplay thing? What are you doing?
So I said, "Here's my driveway. Like, what are my options?" And the people kicked it around. It was like a TED talk.
A round table.
It was a round table. It was a salon. And they were like, you really can't plow back. You would have to plow back, but you would have to take your cars out of the driveway because there's nowhere to put the snow, and you could not snow blow because the area is so narrow to your neighbor's driveway that you couldn't get it into someone's lawn. Like, you can't shoot it into a lawn. So I really am forced to shovel because I had the fantasy of parking my son and I's cars in Waltham and then hiring a plow, just saying screw it and hire the plow. But then I'm like, when are we going to be able to get our cars? That's like, when am I going to be able to get a ride to get the cars? And that's it's like getting cans from Michigan to, New York City.
Right.
Or New York City to Michigan.
I thought Newman had crunched those numbers, and it just didn't work.
Well, I mean, they also didn't expect to get into it. They didn't know about human nature and that.
Oh, that's right. They crunched the numbers, but then or Kramer had, and then they decided the mail truck would be the way to make it work financially.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly. All right. Well, it is interesting. We'll keep you up to date on weather because I have a feeling not many of you are listening right now. But if I was listening and if I didn't have power, gentlemen, this is where radio is your friend because we are the only way to communicate with the world in natural disasters, which is why we are to be on the radio on these days.
Sure.
So, no, you guys didn't spend $5,000 on an at-home broadcast system that you never use. So, joke's on you. Because I was this close to buying a place in Nantucket so I could use it all the time, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, long about that second Dedham exit, I would have gladly coughed up $5,000 years ago. So that actually, no, I have this stuff at home. What can I say? I thought it would be no big deal. It was kind of a big deal. It was kind of a big deal driving in today.
Yeah, I just know that I get like I get like all like nervous. I don't like it. Like, and then the whole show I'd be worried about getting home. So, getting to the highway and then getting off the highway and like what those roads look like and like the roads like leading into my, what if there are cars like blocking roads and stuff? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like broadcasting from home. I really don't like it. I believe me, I don't like it. I don't like remembering COVID. I don't like not being in there with you guys. I think the show is not as good when someone is not here, but I was not coming in today. They got me at insane to drive. I think I read a report that said it would be insane to drive. So there you go. And that's why, and what did I say in that I looked out for you guys. I went, you guys are crazy driving in, but listen, you showed a little bit of manliness that I do not possess. So there you go. All right. A lot happened last night, as a matter of fact. I'm sure we were all watching at least some of the U.S.-Canada game, which turned out to be, an all-time great game. And then it went into overtime. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Game last night.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what is going on, my friend?
Well, as you said it yesterday morning, I'm sure many of us were up and watching the U.S. and Canada in their gold medal game at the Olympics. And that 8 o'clock start yesterday morning seemed foolish at the time. It kind of reminded me, though, of getting up and watching the Open Championship. You know how exactly. You know, one of my favorite televised sporting events ever, because nice and early, Thursday, Friday, even Saturday and Sunday, you turn on the TV and you've got live action from from St. Andrews and Royal Portrush and all the great venues across the pond. So this had a feeling like that, an important sporting event happening early on a Sunday morning. But would it deliver? Would Matt Boldy deliver in the first period?
Boldy looking to push through. Matt Boldy to the net. He scores! This is an unbelievable finish by Matt Boldy.
And an unbelievable start for the U.S., who had not won a gold medal in the Olympics since 1980. At the 6-minute mark of the first period, Quinn Hughes and Austin Matthews on the assist gave the U.S. a 1-0 lead. John, you have to turn your microphone on.
That would be helpful. It's like he juggled the puck in midair. Did you see that as he split defenseman? It's like one of those TikTok trick shot guys. It was really something.
It was airborne for, I don't know, like getting across the blue line. I don't know that the puck touched the ice more than 3 times before he managed to bury that one. So that was fun. That was good. I mean, Fred, you said it. It ended up being not just, worth the watch at that time on a Sunday morning, but one of the better hockey games I've seen in a long time, maybe ever. I mean, it just, trying to wrap my head around why it was so good. I'm like, well, it's many of the best players in the world, and it's got an all-star feel to it when you see the line combinations out there and you see who's on the ice. But, they actually care, unlike an all-star game. So
and also the goaltending was so insane, especially from the United States. That was another thing, is you had 2 goaltenders at the absolute tops of their game.
Hellebuck's problem, he's a multi-Vezina trophy winner, but his problem has been, the criticism that's followed him is chokes in the playoffs, can't do it when it really matters. Yesterday he was unbelievable for long periods of time, and he needed to be, because Canada was the better team for the balance of the day.
When we get into the third period, I mean, he's the only reason the United States won that game.
Yep.
Yes. Well, we will get to the third period. There was a long drought of no scoring, and again, a supremely enjoyable hockey game, even though it was 1-0 for the rest of the first and most of the second. But it would not stay that way.
Now Cage, the corner moving in, he scores! Cale McCarr ties the game for Canada. Oh, the Canadians have had the ice tilted in this period.
I mean, they really did. I mean, Canada was
well, they had a 5-on-3 power play
for like a minute 40.
Right.
They were 5-on-3 with 3 of the 4 best players in the world on the ice, and they couldn't score. It's amazing.
Well, why did they have the 5-on-3? Let's see. It was just a normal power play, but then there was somebody who decided, you know what? I want to bring a little taste of Boston Bruins hockey over to the Olympics. Yeah. Now, how can we make this, for the fans watching at home, feel like they're watching a Bruins game?
Haven't been involved in the scoring at all.
I know.
I need to be noticed.
I know. I'll commit a penalty while we're already on the penalty kill and give Canada a 5-on-3, even if it's only for a minute or so.
God.
It's Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah.
But it was fine. And McAvoy had a decent game. He really did. He had a big save that he himself made on
the
what
third period,
otherwise been an open net. But Okay, so it's 1-1. It's going into the third. Let's get to some of these Hellebuck saves because, the one that will probably live in infamy right up there with the Tim Thomas paddle save in 2011.
Here's Mitch Marner. Marner drops the net. Oh, Taves had a wide open goal. Marner looks for Taves on the backside. That puck's is going in. He got the paddle, Bush. Wow. Incredible.
It was incredible because as we all saw, it didn't necessarily knock the puck backwards. It deflected it just enough so it went wide of the right post.
Yeah, so Taves is in front of an empty net, and it looked like he just whiffed on it. But what happened is Hellebuck was able to get his stick behind him and get a piece of that puck and keep it out. So that's one of maybe 4 goals that Canada should have scored.
Easily.
In the third period.
Oh, God. Yeah, easily.
And Canada, I know McKinnon missed an open net, but Hellebuck made a lot of really good saves, and Canada completely dominated that period until your friend, because I was on the fence. I didn't really care who won this. I like Marchand, and there are guys on the Canadian team I like. But then I saw good old Sammy Bennett get the double minor for high sticking. Yeah. And I went, oh, yeah, I don't like Sam Bennett at all. Go USA. Yeah. Go USA. Because Sam Bennett hadn't been playing a lot. And so they kept mentioning, Sam Bennett hasn't played a lot. And so Sam Bennett comes in the game and immediately gets the double minor. And you're like, oh, that's right. I don't like Sam Bennett.
I don't know if Bennett would have been playing if Sidney Crosby hadn't gotten hurt either. I think he was
the extra forward.
Yeah,
he was an extra forward. And they said that he was like some kind of specialist. Like he was, would he be a power play specialist? I don't know.
It's got to be. And also, don't leave out a Connor McDavid breakaway that he blew. He stick handled right into the goalie, and Celebrini had a very poor shot on a breakaway of his own. But the McDavid thing though is I think he had such a head of steam to get past he's so fast. Yeah. To get past the defenders that he ran out of real estate quickly. Yeah.
I don't know if they wanted Bennett out there for the power play or what, because they talked about it throughout the Olympics. When you throw a power play unit out there, like both these two teams, specifically the U.S. and Canada, are stacked with specialists, whether they are face-off specialists or power play specialists. You've got all these different combinations to choose from. And as you just mentioned, Fred, the U.S. would go on a power play courtesy of this incident right here.
Benny goes hard at the board, coming here, and then he got a stick up. He was off balance. It's going to be on Bennett. Plenty of blood. Yep. Wow. Oh, this is going to get interesting.
Canada penalty number 9, 4 minutes, double minor, high sticking.
What is a double minor? He drew blood. 4 minutes for high sticking as Bennett was going to the ice.
Jack Hughes, right? Got the stick to the mouth?
Jack Hughes got the stick to the mouth, lost, looks like at least one tooth in the process, maybe half of another tooth. And how long did he stay out of the action?
Not a lot.
Not very much.
No, he's a hockey player. Right back in there.
No, he certainly didn't have any repairs done. They showed on the bench what they did, and they just stuck a towel around his mouth and patted the blood.
Right.
So, yeah, he didn't get anything done.
But as we know, the U.S. would not be able to take advantage of that power play. So
because then Hughes turned around and high-sticked someone else, and they lost a tooth. Someone from Canada lost a tooth on that, lost one of their bottom teeth. So it's like if you were watching this at home and you hadn't seen hockey since 1979, when the whole thing was everyone was missing all their teeth, you went, oh, nothing's changed. Here we are. We've got guys from both teams that have lost teeth in this game.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my mom. I'm like, this doesn't happen in every NHL game. There's not guys writhing around the ice having lost their front teeth or lost numerous teeth in every game.
It was just the game was moving so fast, and Canada,
no commercials.
It was great, and Canada specifically, the way they dominated that second period, their passing is so good, and they're rocketing these 50-mile-an-hour passes that are going across ice, just tape to tape, and it was just, really, really enjoyable to watch. But it would have sucked if it weren't for Connor Hellebuck, who not only had the save on Taves, but he had this one.
Back out for McEnroe. Shot clock. Here comes celebrating. Moving in on Hellebuck. Backward celebrating stop. And then the second shot goes wide. 2 huge saves by Connor Hellebuck here. Not even 4.5 minutes into the third period.
Yeah, that was Celebrini's break-in from the left side. I mean, McKinnon ran out of real estate. Celebrini had plenty of time, and he blew it. He blew it. He went low corner, and, a good goaltender was ready.
Yeah, and there was another breakaway that Connor McDavid had that wasn't as, I guess, spectacular because he just kind of lost the handle on it at the end.
That's what Fred and I were talking about. He was stick handling, but he was moving so fast, he ran out of real estate before he could get himself ready.
But so now we get to the end of regulation. And this is what we were talking about after, some of the other games that we've seen in the tournament. Now we're going to 3-on-3 overtime. And I was watching it with Marcy, and she's like, how long do they play? I said, it doesn't matter how long the period is. This thing will be over. I said, if it goes 3 minutes, I'll be shocked. I said, it won't last more than 5 minutes. She's like, why? I'm like, because it's going to be this really not unceremonious ending to it, but it's going to feel weird watching it. Did you feel weird watching the 3-on-3 overtime in a game of this magnitude?
Yes, because the third period was so outstanding. Like, it was so well played. Canada dominated so much, and Hellebuck kept the United States in it. I mean, Hughes even said so after the game. I mean, he's like Hellebuck's the reason we won. He's the only reason we won. He said he's the only reason we won this game. Like, it was great because you saw all the playmaking and all the skill of the Canadians, but then you saw it thwarted by the goaltending of the United States. So it was kind of this incredibly dramatic third period, and I don't think anybody would have minded if they just went back out after the intermission and played 5-on-5 again.
Yeah.
Like, no one would have. I mean, what would in the gold medal game, what's the
seriously,
what's the downside of that?
Some of the best players on the planet playing the most important game of the year. Yeah. I have no trouble. Play 5-on-5 until you drop. I don't care. It was great.
Now, in the regular season, I love 3-on-3 overtime. I hate the shootout.
Right.
But there's 82 games, and let's be honest, the difference between getting 2 points and a point isn't the biggest deal in the world. Difference between getting the gold medal and the silver medal, very large.
Yeah,
so,
and in the playoffs, it's 5-on-5.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It should be 5-on-5 for this game, sure.
Like, I don't know if they were afraid it was going to butt into the closing ceremonies or something. There was events on after that. I don't know why they didn't let them go five. Why the rule is for every other game, fine, but the gold medal game, it should be 5-on-5 overtime.
Now, if you're one of the U.S. players in that instance, in that moment, are you happy that you're going to 3-on-3?
Oh, yes.
Yes, because when it's 3-on-3, you're like, hey, this is gonna probably come down to these goaltenders, somebody making some really great saves. Who do you like in that matchup? And it's not like Binnington, stunk yesterday, but he faced half the number of shots.
5-on-5. 5-on-5 they would have lost.
It also comes down to a bounce. Yeah. Like in a bounce in any kind of weird bounce, it's not a bounce in front of the net that can happen in any game. It's a bounce that you can take in your own zone and move out. That's what happened in this. This is what happened on the game winner. Like, the Canadians thought they had like a 2-on-0.
Yep.
And the puck bounced a little funky. There was only one defender back for the Canadians, and then it was a 3-on-1 the other way.
Right.
So I mean, that's what happens in a 3-on-3. Is that if you're being aggressive, there's a chance that there's going to be an odd man rush the other way. That's the way it's designed.
Right. And Jack Hughes, the man who left everything on the ice, including a couple of teeth, he was the one with the puck on his stick in that moment.
And it's Werenski. Now Jack Hughes puts it around the car. United States with numbers. Watch across it comes. Jack Hughes wins it. The golden goal for the United States.
was that song they were playing? It almost sounded like no.
No. Nobody can do the hit like I do.
Doon.
Oh, perfect. That would have been great if they had played that.
Jack Hughes after the game. Lee Greenwood, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously super exciting, but the best part is to win with this group of guys. Such a special group. So many great USA Hockey people have come before us, players that have reached out, and we're so proud that we could win for the USA Hockey Brotherhood. All the guys that have come before us, all the kids that are going to come after us, and it's such a great group we have, and we're so proud that, we could do it, and we're so proud to be American today.
And Jack Hughes reiterated that several times in his post-game interview, almost like counterbalancing some of the other commentary that was coming from other U.S. athletes. He just kept saying, I was proud to be an American, proud of the American Hockey Brotherhood, American hockey, American, proud, hockey, brotherhood, American, thank you.
Yeah, and then they had the wonderful moment with the Gaudreau jersey skating around, and Johnny Gaudreau's family was there, so that was very nice to see as well.
When they brought Gaudreau's kids out on the ice for the team photo and the cheers, I mean, it's just, oof.
Yeah, that was really, really nice of them, and made you feel good about the U.S. hockey team for sure.
Everything to feel good about it, and while you felt bad for Gaudreau's family in that moment, like, what a gesture, what a moment, it's one of those things where, if you saw it in a movie or heard about it afterward, you're thinking, well, how did it play? Like not a dry eye on the house. That's how it played.
I would imagine if you lose a child, just knowing that they are being remembered, like that their memory means something, and that they're being honored is about a best case scenario given all the tragedy that you've faced. All right. We will be back in just a moment. I hear something about a Celtics game playing the coolest coach in all of basketball. We will have that for you in just a moment. Here are the headlines. We are Toucher and Hardy. And Hardy, there was a basketball game out to the west of us.
Yeah, and then we had hockey in the morning. We had basketball in the afternoon. Had a little Michigan State on one of the big networks there, and then the Genesis. I know you guys were watching the Genesis right along with me.
They got together.
Wow. Where were they playing?
Invitational.
Did they play I Can't Dance?
All right. You know what? And they can't. They're not being ironic. They really can't dance. No. And then later on we had the Celtics taking on the Lakers yesterday. You know what Peyton Pritchard is known for? Buzzer beaters.
Jalen moving to his right, going at Reeves, turns the corner on him, then throws back out to Pritchard, steps to his left, launches a deep three on Luka, and beats the buzzer with it.
And he's saying something to somebody. You don't know, you better ask somebody.
And Peyton Pritchard just looked right at Reggie Miller, who a couple of weeks ago had that whole Caitlin Clark thing. That's exactly who Peyton Pritchard was looking at.
Yeah.
The Caitlin
Take a
Clark
look at
thing?
that. I don't know.
What's he talking about?
I don't know.
All right.
Buzzer beater at the half with the Celtics up 60-50. Celtics would stay in front, and Jaylen Brown asserting himself late.
Three is no good. Offensive rebound, Cada. Celtics looking for the knockout right now. Bounce pass out to Jaylen. Three in the air. Good night.
I got that for you. I got that for you. I got that one for you.
Okay.
And the Celtics hang in there to get the win, 111-89 over the Lakers. But as John pointed out to me, it was LeBron James who had some interesting things to say about Jaylen Brown after the game.
I think he just used the motivation of a lot of people just saying that they're going to have a down year because of, obviously JT being out, them losing Drew, Al, leaves, Porzingis leaves, their whole championship team pretty much is kind of revamped. And he used it as motivation to keep them afloat. They're playing great basketball, and it's because of him and the rest of those guys. He's taking that next step.
That's interesting, but didn't Jaylen Brown say something about Bronny James last year?
At Summer League, yes.
Yeah, there's something along the lines of not an NBA player.
I think that's exactly what he said, yes.
Yeah, so LeBron is harboring any ill will about that?
Our relationship has been, pretty respectful. Besides the he said about Bronny at Summer League.
I was wondering if you guys were able to get past that.
But other than that, we've been all right,
Were you guys able to get past that?
We'll be all right. Yeah, we'd be all right. I think he went on social media and said something about it. It's all good, but Bronny got a long way to go, but that's another story. So
Bronny got a long way to go. That's his dad.
That's true.
You think he's arrived, Fred?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What have you been watching?
Technically, he is a major league. He is in the NBA.
Yeah, major leaguer?
Well, in name only, yes.
The Bron Master General, I think he does just fine.
Yeah.
But LeBron was not done heaping praise upon Jaylen Brown.
But the kid, listen, JB is doing shit. He's playing great basketball, man.
Hey, you can't say that on the radio.
Yeah, I think we might have to dump that.
They're taken care of.
Oops.
Maybe he said shoot.
You said shoosh.
Let's not play it back.
Shoosh.
The whole MVP thing, I don't understand why his name is not getting talked about some as well. Like, nobody gave them a shot to start the season. And he's averaging, 30?
Yeah. Just under.
Yeah, just under 30? Yeah. It's a popularity contest sometimes, I tell you.
Okay. All right. Now, Jaylen Brown is in the MVP conversation, according to one LeBron James.
The other part of this is another step forward. I don't know if you saw this, Fred, about Jason Tatum. The Celtics put pictures up on social media of Jason Tatum playing 5-on-5 with his teammates. And they had a shot clock in the background with time elapsing off the clock. He's scrimmaging now with his teammates. And, just practicing with the main Celtics and some coaches is one thing, but now he's going 5-on-5 with his teammates. He's got to be medically cleared at this point to do that. We're in the final stages here. I think his birthday, which I guess is, 8 days from now? And I know you don't like it, but it looks like that's what is being pointed towards. It's got to be just At this point, based on the breadcrumbs that the team and Missoula, who refused to answer any questions about Tatum last night, are leaving behind, it's close to happening.
Well, do you like that this has all become kind of a excuse to do a documentary in terms of when he's coming back?
No, I don't. I don't like
authentic.
this at all.
It's not. None of this is authentic.
You said all this last week, and you were right. I don't like it. If you can play. Celtics need you. Play. But don't make a whole event out of it. Just step back in and start playing again.
What else is he supposed to do for a birthday party? This kills two birds with one stone. You guys are those real party poopers. Yeah, just line it up with your birthday and go play then.
The more games he plays, the more comfortable he will be when these games really start to matter at the beginning of April.
I think I'm still sore I didn't have a 50th birthday party.
Are you still sore, Wally?
I'm still sore about that.
Beef.
Lumpy. I thought Lumpy was going to throw one for me, and it never happened. Because Mr. Rutherford got involved.
Oh, you made Ward work late.
That threw me for a loop when I learned that was Ward's boss.
See, I said it so definitively. Now I have to fact check that.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't fact checked it yet? Oh, no. Well, there you go. The great J.J. Redick, the coolest coach of all time. And real quick, this will take 1 second. Did you see that the UCLA men's basketball team released a half hour of the coach standing up there, like apologizing for his attitude and everything about him?
No, I missed that. Did they do that?
Yeah, they just released a whole half an hour thing of him just having the time of his life, acting like a normal guy. Imagine that.
Yeah.
If he would have just acted like a normal guy. And he seems like he's not a bad guy either. It's just these guys get into these hard-on zones where they're not acting like themselves, and it always bites them in the ass. Look, we're aware that sports are just one of the many things on your mind. Perhaps you don't know if your kid's school is closed.
Yeah, there's a chance that it's closed, but we don't know for sure.
I mean, who knows? And also, we have some entertainment that we could lead you to today as well. So, two birds, one stone. We'll knock that out in just a moment.
Sport.
Came in. They're very tough. They came in.
No, it was not smart. I want to reiterate that. I just went out to the front windows upon Nicholas's advice. He said, you should look out a front window. I said, what? He said, look out front window. You can't even see. I said, why are we looking out the front windows? You have to walk to the other side of the building. I had to get some car. I said, okay. So I walked around the other side of the office and looked out the front windows, and I thought to myself, it's absolute insanity that any of us drove in here this morning in the dark. If it was like that, now that the light is coming up a little bit and you see how it's blowing and what the snow was like, oh, this was a couple hours ago we were driving into that. That was not the right decision. That was.
And by the way, just quickly, and we'll talk about it in more length later, Hardy has created Fuppets for this show, which was his creation for the afternoon show years ago. And there is one up at Toucher and Hardy on Instagram. You can find it at my place at Fred Toucher 2, which you can now see what the puppets of the boys look like, what we all look like in puppet form, because they're quite accurate, if you ask me. Does anyone know how much snow is actually falling? I can't tell because I have a window right here and I'm looking out and it's just all blowing snow.
I don't know that they can accurately. Well, there are ways of measuring, I guess, but if they're saying it's falling at a rate of 1.5 inches an hour and it's already been falling for 5 hours. Maybe it's on order of like 7-8 inches already, but it doesn't look like that.
I just saw. I wouldn't have known this. I just saw a total on television. Apparently, northern Rhode Island, South Shore, Massachusetts, that strip in there already has a foot.
Okay, because I can tell you we don't have a foot in Newton.
Yeah,
there's no way. It hasn't even reached the piles. Like I had a pile. Say I had it melted down to like a 7-foot pile in my driveway that was like an island that you had to walk around. The snow that has fallen is nowhere near that high.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, and it's supposed to, the worst of it's supposed to be over in terms of snowfall per hour, according to everything. Now it's like blowing and stuff. Now it's still snowing hard, but now it's like a 1/4 inch an hour. And that will start going down further and further and further. But I don't know if we got a foot here. I don't think so. The last time I broadcast from home during that snowstorm, when I looked outside, I was like, oh my God, like my car was buried, and it's like not even halfway up my wheels yet. So I don't know. Hopefully we didn't get a ton of snow. I wouldn't drive, that's for sure.
Yeah,
but
that's the right call.
That is the number one thing you should take away from this discussion.
Yeah, there's definitely like super strong winds because I can see it right here, and a lot of blowing snow. But it's not. I can't tell. Like a lot of that's got to be existing snow blowing around. So I can't tell. It doesn't. It doesn't look at all like the last one where it was just like 4-pound or 4-foot flakes of snow falling to the ground and just sitting and puffing on top of one another. This is a totally different kind of storm. Maybe, and worse for driving, but maybe better for sanity. As if I go outside and it's not another 3.5-hour shoveling situation, I might just make it through, fellas. I might survive the winter if that's the case. All right. But, remember when we were kids, and this was for a long, long time, you got up in the morning and you were thrilled that there was snow. You didn't know, like in the forecasts were good, but they were not as, Doppler radar-y as they are now. So what you would do is you would put on a radio station that you generally never listen to, and you would put that on in the living room, and you would sit around and you would wait for the snow closing announcements. And I went to North Farmington High School, so that was like smack dab, a little late in the middle. It was like back end of the middle. You went to, I think, Cannon, Hardy. Where you grew up in Cannon, right? Where'd you grow up?
No, in Troy.
Oh, Troy.
But I went to it was Auburn Heights when I was there. They had not yet named it Auburn Hills for the Palace.
Okay.
They
Auburn
changed the
Heights.
name of the town for Auburn Hills, but Auburn Hills Avondale High School.
Oh, because there is a Canton, Michigan that's right around there as well.
Yeah, I think that's where Kid Rock lives now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. They got to be happy about that. So, so you would listen, but a lot of times, like a lot of people are supposed to not have power. So we thought the best thing that we could do was to bring in someone to give us the school closings, and that man goes by name of Nicholas. Nicholas! We need you, Nicholas. Where are you?
Oh, he left. He knew he was doing this segment. He got up.
He's just now leaving.
Left the
To come in
studio.
here.
Went back to his workstation.
I had to remind him he needed headphones to be on the radio.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't really need them, but it might be funnier if he didn't have them.
Still not at his seat yet.
No.
There he is.
Listen, you can't expect him to get it in there just because of the...
Nicholas, good morning.
Yeah,
Nicholas?
Why be plugged in and ready to go?
Hi.
Nicholas?
Hi.
You never sent me the call screener.
Yes, I did. Check your email.
Which email?
You're probably not Yahoo. Sorry.
Oh, Nicholas.
Don't worry. There's only 2 callers on there.
Oh, but that's 2 that could be really good. Is
But
Blind Scout
do you-
one?
Yeah.
I'll send it along.
And the other guy.
You said it. Do you want me to pull him up?
No.
No.
Not
I was
really.
just
Mike the
curious.
Leprechaun.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could have Blind Scott and Michael the Leprechaun during a snowstorm. How exciting.
Yeah.
All right. So, Nicholas, is your son in a high school yet? Not high school. School. Does your son go to school?
He goes to daycare. Pre-K, I guess you would say.
Is that closed today?
Yes.
Okay. How'd you find out?
I found out at 3 p.m. yesterday. They sent us an email.
Okay, so you got this newfangled email. But what happens if you don't see the email, or what if you're at one of these places that doesn't have power, or you don't have the kind of wherewithal? You're not rich like Nick, and you can't get email. So that's why in these circumstances we like to have Nick read the school closings. So if you could give Nick
Selected school closings here for Nick. Now, we've printed out some schools in Massachusetts, Maine, and New Hampshire.
You'll have to remember, Nick has lived his entire life in the New England area.
So, Nick, we're just going to run down these school closings. We're going to
sounds
start.
great.
We're going to start in Massachusetts, and there's some additional information with these schools. So it's not just rattling them off rapid fire. You just go down the list and you tell us what schools are closed today and what information you can provide about the closure.
All right, sounds good. First off, we have Winchendon Senior High School closed Monday and Tuesday.
Did you say Winchendon?
Winchendon, yeah.
Well, it's a
Where's
D.
the T?
There's a D there.
There's a D.
Oh, Winchendon.
Winchendon?
Yeah.
So there's an automatic stutter in there.
Winch and done.
There you go.
There.
Now put it all together.
Winchendon.
No.
Oh.
Try one more time.
Winchendon. Done.
No.
Done.
Done?
Senior high school. They're closed Monday and Tuesday.
It's closed Monday and Tuesday. They've already decided on Tuesday. What do you feel about that, Nick?
I think after driving in today, I think it's a good idea.
If you were addressing the people of that city, how would you address them?
Say good people of, start like that.
Good people of Winchendon. Done. Winchendon. This is...
It's like that hurdle. He just can't get over at the end of the race,
Do it.
How is it pronounced? Okay, hold on.
Winchendon.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
You're saying Winchendon.
Okay, what is it?
Winchendon.
All right, there's so
Winchendon.
many more to do.
Okay.
All right, number 2, we got this is a whole regional school district. What do we have here?
Ponkadog.
Well, okay. All right. Grab what he just said. If you grab it as quick as you can, because I am going to read it to the people, the letters. He said Ponkatonk.
He said Ponkadong.
He said Ponkadong. If you could pull that, I know it's hard, but if you can pull him saying that.
I'll let you know when we have it. Just give us a
The spelling is Ponkapog.
I don't even believe this is really a school or a city.
It's very much. Very much.
We didn't think. We thought you'd just glide by all the real ones, so we started faking them. That's what you thought we did, Nick?
Try
No,
it again.
I'm not accusing anything. Pogue. Ponkapog.
It's as good as anything.
Well, it's a regional school district, and it's closed on Monday.
It's
today.
Going back the last time we did this, when Nick said
Ponkapog.
Actually, it's about the same. Yeah, Ponkapog.
Ponkapog.
Yeah, I mean, you don't expect him to pronounce it right. It's just when he puts in lots of letters that are different. That's when it's fun.
Hold on a second. Originally, he said
Ponkadog.
He was thinking about badonkadonk. He was looking at Wallach and he was thinking about badonkadonk.
Ponkadonk.
He sees Wallach and he's so associated with big asses.
Ponkadonk.
Okay. In fairness, I don't know 3 myself, so I'm going to let this slide. Just you give it a shot.
Leicester?
I think this one is just pronounced Leicester.
I think you're right.
Correct.
All right, that's on New England. That's not on Nick. Let's go down to 4. What is this?
Constitution.
What's that, Nick?
I'm thinking Situate because that's what it is. But so, Constituents. No?
That sounds right.
Constituent.
What?
Don't help him out. Don't help him out. Say it again.
Well, he can help him all he wants.
Yeah,
It's not
he's
gonna
not going to do anything.
What the hell are you talking about? Don't help him.
Nicholas, you can do it on your own. Don't listen to them. They're mean. They don't have any belief in you. I do.
One more time.
You believe? Yeah.
One more time. Number 4.
Constituent. Constituent.
That's
All right.
close.
Fine.
It's close.
How is it pronounced?
Constituent.
Constituent.
Constituent is how it's pronounced.
Constituent, right?
All right. 5 is only it looks to me to be a 5-letter word. What is it?
Bear Public Schools.
I think you might have gotten that one.
Wow. Okay.
Pronounce it Barry, but
All right.
All right. Number 6.
Rehoboth Regional High School.
Okay. Yeah.
Closed
There you
Monday and Tuesday.
All right. Number 7.
Air Public School, 2-hour delay.
Got that one right
2-hour
now.
delay.
Wallach and I have a bet. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That air is only on a 2-hour delay. Wallach and I have a bet on number 8. I think you can do it.
Mattapoisett Memorial High School.
Oh, damn it.
Eat it.
Good
Paul.
for you, Nikki.
Good.
Good for you. You're going to know 9, so let's go to 10.
Concert?
No, it's spelled SIAC.
See a concert?
It's spelled SIASCONET. So I do like that you're getting scent in there, but go ahead. You're going consent. So the ET is pronounced set.
Okay.
Because it's Sayakon. Say that's right. Sayakon. Say that's right.
Yes,
The
that's
ET you're
right.
pronouncing. The ET you're pronouncing set. Correct?
Sayacon net. Sayaconsett.
Nailed it.
Awesome. Move on to Maine. You spend time up in Maine sometimes, right?
Sometimes. Yeah, I like to go up there.
Well, I know how this should be pronounced, and if it's not, Nick, I'm giving you a break. Go ahead.
Calais Community School?
Yes. I think that's right.
It's not Calais?
I think it's Callus. I swear to God, I think it's Callus.
I've heard it pronounced that way and pronounced Calais, so we'll take both.
Well, the last name, Calais Campbell is Calais, so I don't like that name. All right, that's the town loses. All right, 12.
Sacopee.
Yes.
School
Where? What you doing with it?
Is it in a plastic shopping bag with tiny perforated ventilation holes in the bottom?
Don't throw it at me. 14.
14. Okay, hold on. I must flip the page.
That's Nick. You flip that page. Don't worry about it.
Isles Hut Preschool.
Why?
Isles a Hut?
Why are you adding S's?
Isle
because they're fun.
Isle Hut.
Isles and Isles.
I'll not have a lot of time to live. All right, let's go to 16.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Passasoit. I like how quickly he gives up.
No.
All right. So the word's really long, but he goes and it starts PASS. So he goes passa. It's PASSAG. So you would say passag or passig, like, and then you would
Passig, Aswakik,
Tatanka.
Tonka.
As your
Passig.
people say, your people say, groovy time. Imagine if Nick got lost in the Grand Canyon with only his sister and a furnace or a light, forget a flashlight full of pork and beans. You just embarrassed the whole tribe. All right, number 17.
Okay.
This is New Hampshire now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as if it mattered.
Piss cat.
Hey.
What did the cat do? What?
How much?
So, piss cat aqua. Piss aqua.
It's so
No,
authoritative.
you have it backwards. Aqua to the cat equals that.
Piss a cat. Piss a cat.
No, don't do that. Save it for someone else. You could just spray them with water from a bottle. Why are you disciplining them in that peculiar way? What is it again?
One more time.
Piss cat aqua. Piss a aqua.
Piscataqua?
Almost had it.
All right. Piss cat aqua.
All right.
Public school.
All right.
It's closed on Monday.
That was
it's closed
phonetic.
today.
That was phonetic. And finally, I don't think
Don't make me do
19 is real. So let's go. Let's just end with 18.
Cakamunga's Community School. Closed Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, thank you for the additional information.
What was the pronunciation of that again?
Mangus. Kanka Mangus. Sacopede.
What?
What?
What? What'd
Community
you add-
school.
What'd you add that on for? What?
Well, listen.
I didn't say
Okay.
In fairness to everyone, just go to school today, and if it's closed, you'll find out soon enough.
By the way,
I think that's what they recommend, Fred. If when in doubt, just go to the school,
Yeah.
bang on the door, stay as long as you need to be assured that the school is closed before you go home.
Yeah, parents, just drop your kids off in front of the school.
Yeah.
By the way, Fred, 19, I believe, is real.
Oh, well, it's too
19
long.
is real.
It's a real lake.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, I know. Well, Adam, I trust you. I know you know all lakes around there, but there
Piss
you
cat aqua.
go. Yeah, that's the
Sacropede.
rarest kind of cat.
Piss cat aqua.
All right, very good. I'm sure that never has a guest been more thrilled to join us. It will be Fluto Shinzawa. He'll be joining us in just a moment. We will return.
You're listening to
one?
Toucher and Hard.
John and I are here in studio today. Fred is on, broadcasting from home. Fluto Shinzawa from The Athletic presumably is at home. I hope you have nowhere to go today, Fluto.
Hardy, they're scheduled to practice today, the Bruins are. I don't know how realistic that is.
They are not.
No
way.
Granted, half the team is in Range Rovers and the other half is in pickup trucks, so maybe it's not an issue for those guys. But, you know, the old minivan here, I don't know if it's going to be making it over to Brighton. So we'll see.
I mean, just based on our experience, John and I, are we the only ones that drove in? Did Nick drive in this morning?
Yes.
All right,
Nick drove in.
Nick had the longest drive in this morning. All three of us will tell you the same thing. It was a mistake. It was a mistake to drive this morning. So, just take that as however you want. But for the Bruins, I suppose they need to get back at it here after the game that we talked about for quite a while this morning, Fluto. That game yesterday, I'll rank it as the top 5 hockey game I've ever watched, just for what was on the line, the way the game was played, the speed at which it was played, the skill of the goaltenders and everyone on the ice. I don't know if you felt the same, but it was definitely one of the best 60-minute examples of hockey I've ever watched.
Yeah, remarkable. And I think one of the things that you really notice about these games, whether it's this kind of game, a Four Nations, a Stanley Cup game, you look up and it's like there's only 2 minutes left. Like that just doesn't happen in the regular season where you're slogging along and it's 13 minutes left, but then you look up and it's just wow. Every single shift is contested. The speed, the skill, just the competitiveness. That's what really stands out, even on the screen. It's just how badly these players all want it. Excuse me. And then for it to rise to that situation, granted, it's a shame that it was 3-on-3 in overtime. I don't think anybody associated with the league and pro hockey wants to see it that way, but it is what it is. And just star performances left and right. So yeah, high theater.
If it's 5-on-5 in overtime, Fluto, does the U.S. win or not?
No, they don't. Well, first of all, they shouldn't even have made it out of regulation.
Agreed. That's where I was leading this.
Game.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, if not for Connor Hellebuck, the U.S. would have gotten blown out in that game. I don't know. I didn't check what the final shot totals were, but Canada was far better in that game yesterday.
Not even close. It was varsity versus JV. I think he ended up with 41 saves, but it's not like you look at the quality too, along with the quantity. You just, oh my goodness, the degree of chance quality that Canada had, and even the ones that don't get recorded as shots, like the McKinnon one, right there on the doorstep, slam dunk and whiff. So yeah, that was just you can't really think of considering the situation, the player's history, the opponent. That's what, top 3, top 5 goaltending performance of all time ever in the sport, just because of what it meant. And just that was 5-1, 6-1 game, Canada.
Explain to me what this means for the Canadian team and their fans. And I don't know why. Maybe this speaks to me and my shortcomings as a person. I get a perverse pleasure knowing that this is an arrow through the heart of an entire country, because this was their Super Bowl. This was their, I don't know, put another qualifier on it, and they just lost despite being the better team.
Yeah, birthright is what I think Canada thinks of games like this in hockey, regardless of Olympics, Stanley Cup, Junior, whatever. This is what they do. This is they win in every situation. And you look at that roster, and whenever that top line came out, you're just. It blew your hair back just because of how fast and how skilled and just how dominant they were. But that's the sport where the goaltending can make a difference in that situation when Hellebuck emerges like that. So yeah, if you're Canada, I think I would guess the whole world is rooting against you. That's just how it is, and that's just. I think I remember John Cooper saying that that's what you want. That you want to be in that situation where you're the top dog. And yes, clearly they were the better team. Clearly, but that's hockey. In one game, in what would be a Game 7, the goaltender can make a difference, and that's plain and simple, black and white. That's what it was. They got goalie.
Hey, Fluto, if you, there was 4 nations, and now there's the Olympics. You see the amount of effort and how grueling this must be on the guys. Can the NHL afford to let their players go into international competition every other year?
Yeah, it's a good question. Just because of, I think of let's just take Charlie McAvoy for example. When he emptied the tank, like all these guys did. They all emptied the tank. They have nothing left. I'm sure they could sleep for 3 weeks from now. But come Thursday, at home against Columbus, like all these guys, like Charlie, Jeremy, they're going to need them just because they're only 4 points clear of Columbus. But you look at the players and what they want. These high-end players, they would have played with their sticks upside down in the Olympics just because this is what they want, and the union wants it. I think the league, they understand. Look, it's not ideal, and you look at let's just look at the effect already of what the schedule has been. It's been awful in terms of having to play back-to-backs, 3 and 4, guys getting hurt left and right, and who knows what kind of injuries are going to come out of these Olympics, and it's only going to continue just because these are your best players in the league, and they're going to come back all banged up and emotionally drained, and then you're going to have to ask them to play at that rate. If you're, say, Boston, and you need these guys to be performing at a high level to get into the playoffs, yeah, they're going to be compromised. Now, for the rank and file, it's been great in terms of the break, but it's only going to be 0 to 60 again. So, yeah, it's a tough one. But you look at that 4 nations, you look at the future World Cups. That's going to be money in the pockets for the players and for the league. So, hey, it's not ideal. They're going to have to deal with the after effects, but money talks.
Okay, so I heard. I'm sorry, Hardy.
No, go ahead.
You can go after this. I heard national people, not hockey people, but national people talking in the aftermath of that game, and they're saying, Connor McDavid has never won a Stanley Cup, and Connor McDavid, now lost this gold medal opportunity, and they won the 4 nations, but it's not that. That's not as important. And if he was playing for the Rangers, everyone would be. This would be more of a conversation that Connor McDavid can't win anything. Do you think that's at all fair?
No.
It seemed like an odd argument, but I heard it at a couple places.
This comes up all the time, right? You hear with guys. How many years do we hear with Ovechkin? Oh, this guy can't win, and they ultimately win when he's in his 30s. And you go down the line of guys that did ultimately win or they didn't. It's just, hey, it's bad luck for Connor and Edmonton that they ran up against Florida 2 straight years, and those could have been coin flip series. So no, that's just I think there's 31 teams that would say, can I have that guy on my team, please, and let him loose, because we all saw he was playing a different sport.
Yes, I mean you could definitely tell in that scenario just how much faster he is, just how much more skilled he is. Like it is really obvious, even among those very elite, how much he stands out.
There's just the speed, and then what he can do at that speed. It's you have 20 of the best players on the U.S. just like, what do we do? Just because of how fast he's coming and how many degrees he ahead that he's thinking. Okay, do I shoot? Do I pass? Do I look for McKinnon? Do I look for Celebrini? Do I pull up here? And it's he's a prodigy, and I think every team would want that guy. I don't buy that whole he's a loser thing. No, not at all.
All right. Well, Fred, Fluto said at the beginning, I don't know if you heard it, that Bruins actually have a practice scheduled for today.
Yeah, I did.
So,
and Fluto said he was helicoptering in, which I thought was very big.
Yeah, it's impressive. But just priority-wise, as the Bruins get back to it, what do you think is like at the top of their list right now in terms of things that they need to focus on as they get started again? What are they focusing in on?
Well, Marco Sturm said the penalty kill has to improve. I think last check they were fifth worst, sixth worst. Like, it's been dramatic in terms of how far down the list that they've slid here. So they're going to firm that up. But that also goes in line with who's the team I think that's taken the second most penalties. That's them. So it's just and how many times have we seen just stupid penalties taken at horrendous times? We saw it in the outdoor game. Just you can't do it. So, and what does that say? Usually is that you're chasing the puck. So you have to be mindful of not putting yourself in those kinds of situations where you're going to be chasing and possibly taking those penalties, because it's just the penalty kill is not performing at the level where you can erase those mistakes. So that's number one. I think number two is trying to ease Charlie back in, because you're going to need him playing 26, 28 minutes. And it's going to be hard at first. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to ease him back in, I think, just because of what he's coming down from. And he's a pro. He'll be fine. But it's not going to be an easy transition physically and emotionally to come back from that high and then to the grind of the last 25 games. And then there's only 4 games left before the deadline. So which way do they go? I'm sure the way these guys think, they have options A, B, C, D, go down the list of how these first games unfold. But right now they're in it. And this is just, I think David Pastrnak said right before the break, if you told us that we'd be in this situation at the beginning of the season, we'd take it all day. So there's that. Like they're legit in the playoff chase, which I don't know if a lot of people would have projected that. So you got to go for it right now.
All right, Fluto Shinzawa, we love him from The Athletic. He's the best. Appreciate it. Maybe you don't go to practice today. I'll let it go. I'll tell the New York Times to leave you alone.
We'll be punting on this one. Yep.
Yeah. All right, very good. All right, thanks, Fluto. Appreciate it.
Okay. My pleasure.
All right, there you go. The great Fluto Shinzawa.
I think that's great. I think that's great. They want to focus in on the penalty kill as opposed to maybe not taking the poorly timed penalties.
Yeah,
taking all the penalties, especially the ones when you're already on the kill, stuff like that.
I think they have the top 2 guys in penalty minutes in the NHL this year.
Well, it's important when the other team scores to run them. Especially when you're up in the game.
You send a message, and then and hey, they didn't get it. You send it again.
Yeah, you've been up 5 goals, then you're up. Then the guy scores, gets it within 2. You make a nice run at him, get yourself right back on the power play or on the penalty kill. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. We have Hardy has outdone himself. This is now a multi-visual, multi-sensory show. We will explain in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Back with you so you can hear more of Toucher and Hardy
That's what I want on my tombstone.
on the Sports Hub.
2, 3, 4.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. Hope you are enjoying the snow here in Newton, where I'm broadcasting from home. It looks like it's not as bad as it was, if that gives anyone any kind of... What does it look like out of your windows, fellas?
It's bad. It's really bad. We were just looking out the back window of the studio here. It is bad with a capital B.
Is
The
it like
snow is falling so fast, it's falling like rain. I mean, it's not floating down to the ground gently. It's like they're not big flakes, but it's just
like a big thunderstorm.
It's pouring snow.
Yeah,
That's
but it's
the best way
blowing.
to.
But it's blowing, right? Like it's blowing because here it's like moving laterally. Like,
Fred, we can't tell. We're blocked from the building on this backside. We're going to send Nick over to the front of the building again here shortly.
Yeah, he'll give us a full scouting report.
Yes, we
Get
we
Nick
don't
in his
know.
car.
We
Get
don't
Nick
know.
in his car and have him start driving around and recording from his car.
Like the Marshall Hook traffic trap.
Oh yeah, I like
Nicholas. All right, so Nicholas. So there was. So Hardy, a long time ago, had created this audio-visual presentation for the Felger and Maz show called The Fuppets. And obviously he started working for our show. And if you've noticed, the Fuppets for Felger and Maz have not been around for 3 years or something like that. So Hardy goes to me, he goes, I'm thinking about making puppets for the show. Do you think that's a good idea? And I said, yes. And so he went through the process. He knows, of course, through his magic connections, he knows a lot of people that can make puppets. And
prop makers, puppeteers, sure.
Yeah, whatever you have it. I mean, just a lot of shut-ins. And so he goes and he reaches out to these people and he goes, "Can you make puppets of the show?" And we're talking about it. And he comes back with these beautiful puppets. There's me, there's him, there's Nick, and it's absolutely fantastic. And I see him and I say, "That's fantastic." And then Hardy and I have some conversations about what John's puppet should be, and those conversations go over well. And we waited and waited and waited. And then over the weekend, Hardy came in. Now, did Nick join you, Hardy, or did he bag out because of the Disney on Ice?
No, it was not because of the Disney on Ice. Nick is on baby watch, and they had a couple of false alarms over the weekend. Braxton Hicks is what I chalked it up to, those Braxton Hicks contractions. But I did not fault him for not being able to join me in here on Saturday night, as his wife thought she was going into labor at that point.
All right. So did you? Because we were when that baby comes, we are no Nikki for a very long time, which could mean George on the scene for a long time. Oh. So who helped you with this? Anybody?
Colin was in here on Saturday night. As you know, the New England Revolution played on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So Colin was in here, running the game from, Revolution Central, as the Sports Hub becomes whenever the Revolution are on the air. And
he had time during all that to help you.
I did need his assistance on a few matters, technical and otherwise, but. Yeah, once we got it all shot and put it all together yesterday, and we posted it yesterday. So on the Toucher and Hardy Instagram account, I know, Fred, you've reposted it. I've reposted it on Instagram, so you can see the newly unveiled Toucher and Hardy Fuppets, which I guess we'll still call them Fuppets. Why not?
Well, it's not copyright to the afternoon show. We can.
I don't know, guys. There could be trouble at the OK Corral.
Yeah, there was some conversation as to how that was going to go over. Not only with the afternoon show. By the way, I did speak with Maz. He thought it was hysterical. He's like, "Of course, do whatever you want."
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's your thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, but just get a little heads up. And then there was some conversation. I don't know what the blowback is going to be online.
Boss, you get any phone calls we should be made aware of?
People might call you a traitor.
You are a Benedict Arnold. No, the comments outside of Blind Boston,
which were half of them,
which is which he Blind Scott is all over it.
Yeah.
Fred's going to be working. This is in response to our video, which is about when we couldn't get the hockey game on. We called Nick in to get the hockey game on, we thought it would be a good clip to showcase all the new puppets because that's basically what this video was for. And Blind Scott says Fred's going to be working from home, which is a nice change. So he said that. That was a couple days ago.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but people are saying this is epic. Fred looks better as a Muppet. TBH.
Oh.
To be honest.
They're just being honest. They're just
being honest. TNH Fuppets, I'm here for it. Damn Bird, because John, not to give it away, but John is a puppet unlike the other puppets.
Right.
In that he was not specifically made.
And the budgetary restrictions have prevented us from doing the entire show. I've often said that Adam 12 kind of looks like a Muppet, just in
have
person.
said this, yes.
So
and it's accurate as well.
Yeah, whenever he appears on camera in one of these videos, I don't even know that you'll notice that a separate puppet was not made for Adam 12.
Yeah.
But for the other ones, yeah, they're not cheap. The cost of puppeting has gone up, I would say, twofold since I had these made the last time.
Well, you got to keep them. You got to keep them in pristine, the right air temperature and humidity and everything else because these were not cheap.
Right.
And but I'm very proud. I sent it to my mother, and she couldn't get those sound to work, so I just ignored her from that point on. But I did. I was very proud of it. I think it's great. I really do. I think you did a fantastic job, Hardy. It looks very professional. I think anything that the station or corporation should be saying would be abject praise. In fact, I will not listen to anything but that. I'll just be like, you're wrong. But that's available. We'll be making those, here and there throughout the rest of the days. So be looking out at Toucher and Hardy for the Fuppets videos. There's one out right now that's really, really good. So thank you, Hardy, for handling all that. That's great stuff. All right.
You're welcome. It was fun.
We'll be back. Joe Murray was broadcasting Friday night from a restaurant. And we'd have that, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so Joe was at a restaurant. I was emailed it. Ryan was talking about it. Everyone was enjoying Joe at this restaurant. We'll have a little bit of a flavor in case you weren't able to hear it coming up in just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5.
The food, the good food that I had.
Oh, yeah. You can see on, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see my cat kissing me. It's quite a special thing. The cat's overjoyed that I am. You know, the cat very hesitant to come downstairs with the dog out.
That's nice.
So now the cat is in a very good place. All right.
I don't like that whip and tail. That whip and tail is that's a danger signal.
Yeah. Well, listen, she's a little bit of a meek animal, so this is big for her.
Okay.
She's all the way up on the. She's all the way up on the desk, so this is exciting times. All right, you can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. I am from home. I'm broadcasting from home. I'm the one person who did not come in today, making me less of a man. There's no question about it. But I hated the blizzard.
I contend that makes you the smart one, as we've said many times so far, and I will reiterate during the show today. Driving in 5 minutes into the drive-in today, I realized it was a mistake. That was the incorrect call.
Have you guys decided how you're going to get home? Has this been a discussion in the breaks?
Yeah, actually, I talked to my wife a couple of breaks ago, and I said, I don't think I'll be jetting out of here at 10 a.m. I think I'll take a nice long look at the conditions and might wait it out for an hour or so, because that's what the timeline. You know how Wallach is with these storms. I mean, he is watching them very, very closely, and he tells me around 11 a.m. things should start to calm down a little bit.
Do we have any idea on snow totals so far?
Wallach?
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys were holding this conversation. No, 6-7 inches on the ground so far.
He's just making that up. That's not
6-7. No, they post the totals every now and again. It's a foot to like 14 or 15 inches South Shore into Rhode Island and less up here.
All right, so probably what you're thinking is 10 inches is what we'll end up with.
According to what they're saying, it's going to be around 16 in Waltham.
But if it's 7 now and it's ending at 11.
Apparently 3-4 inches an hour. We're in the meat of it right now.
I don't know about that. I got my own window here. And I know Waltham is drastically different weather-wise than Newton, just because of the house prices.
Of course.
But just the way it's blowing sideways, I don't know how they get the accurate snow total measurement.
Right, because it almost seems to be entirely blowing sideways, which makes me think it's coming off of roofs and things of that nature. But what do I know?
Yeah.
Again, I'm just in a condominium. What do I know about a real house?
The divorcee special.
Sharing a wall over here.
Sharing a wall, baby.
That's right.
And it takes away every extra foot that this house has over my last one because it has a shared wall. Despite its spaciousness, there is that shared wall.
Right.
And that huge driveway, which is a bit of an issue.
What do they call it? Inefficiency? Is that where you live? It's got like a 2-burner stove and like a dorm size
it doesn't have a
fridge.
Stove. It has a hot plate.
Oh, like Barney Fife.
Yeah.
Mrs. Mandelbaum's boarding house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he got in trouble for making chili in that thing.
Oh yeah, we're not allowed to plug stuff in. Prison rules, you know.
It could be worse. You could be stuck out in Nantucket. 70-mile-an-hour winds. They're supposed to get a foot of snow there.
Good. Hopefully they all get blown into the ocean. All right, here's the deal. Joe Murray, who we all love so much, Joe Murray was broadcasting from a restaurant on Friday night. And when Joe broadcasts from a restaurant, that means that Joe will be eating. Joe, by doing a show, means that he'll be eating. He has relationships with restaurants all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe, because he hustles and grinds this thing, I wouldn't be surprised if he put this whole thing together himself. The whole live broadcast and everything else. I wouldn't be surprised if he sold it, drew the contracts up. I'm not kidding.
No, he's absolutely hustling.
Yeah, absolutely. We love Joe. So do we know where Joe was by any chance?
Sylvan Street Grill.
Peabody. He was eat, drinking, and chilling.
That's right.
Yep. That's a good jingle because you eat, drink, and chill at the Sylvan Street Grill.
Hell
And
yeah.
Joe's out there. And we got a lot of emails about this. Ryan told us about this. This is our own Joe Murray out at the Sylvan Street Grill on Friday night on the radio.
So what I'm holding in my hand, everybody, right now, is a brickle pie.
Okay.
Is it what?
A brickle pie? Is that
a thing?
A little bit of brickle brackle. A little bit of brickle brackle.
I went to a rummage sale and they were advertised bric-a-brac. Well, I didn't know if they had any, but they did.
And I like that he has it in his hand.
Brickle pie is a decadent, usually frozen dessert featuring toffee bits, often Heath bits or brickle, combined with creamy caramel-like flavors, frequently utilizing vanilla ice cream, cream cheese, or whipped topping.
Ooh. All right, so this is his moment of triumph. He's holding above the crowd the brickle pie. You have come to see this. Those who gather around me, come. Gaze upon the brickle pie and know of its powers. For soon it will be made into poo. It will go through in my mouth, where it will be savored. Through my esophagus into my stomach, and then make its way through my colon and bowel until it will return to for which it came, the earth.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Let the procedure begin. Life-giving nutrients enter Joseph's body.
So what I'm holding in my hand, everybody, right now, is a brickle pie. If you can you see it, Scott? I know you're a little behind here.
I can see it.
This thing, I don't know what it is.
Well, we just explained it to you.
Well, he doesn't have the internet in front of him.
No, you can't tell.
No, the audience doesn't know it is his hand. He's experienced for the first time, just like the audience. That's the power of the theater of the mind.
I don't know what it is, but it's going in my mouth. That much I know.
You don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. This is caramel, though. Caramel? Caramel or caramel?
The age-old debate.
I think he knows the answer, and it's don't care.
Don't caramel.
Caramel or caramel?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I'll move it around so you can see it. See?
No, I see the drizzle.
All right, I'm going to dip in. Ready? Here we go.
Oh, hold on.
Now, what you don't know is he's got it on the table, and he's standing in front of it. And he's about to dip himself into it. Which is what they do in Sweden. If you go to someone's house, it's rude not to put yourself in the food.
Right, they're burping after a meal and also immersing yourself as much as possible into the food.
Yeah, becoming one with it.
I'm celebrating Tyler Newton's birthday. What 22? Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you. No. God.
You know what? I think he's eating it.
How can you tell?
No.
I think he may have just completed right there.
I was just saying that sounds like the end of something.
It was working toward it, and then just kind of by surprise.
No.
I seem to need new clothing.
God.
Yes.
You don't like marshmallow, do you?
No, I don't.
I don't think you'd like the brickle pie then.
A lot of marshmallow?
It's like a frozen cheesecake with marshmallow and caramel sauce.
I mean, I'll take the sauce.
I feel like you eat it.
Can we
Is
just
he with
appreciate for a moment that Skaz has heard Joe talk with his mouth full so many times that he was able to pick out that his name was being said through a mouthful of brickle pie?
So I take it that Skaz isn't at the restaurant with Joe.
No, he's back here in the control room.
No. Yeah, he's holding it to the camera as if to say, like, look at it. And, you don't want this, right? You don't want me to bring any back for you.
Right.
This would just be a waste of your time and my time. The brickle pie belongs in my body, not so much your body. That's right.
And caramel sauce.
I mean, I'll take the sauce.
I feel like you eat it. Well, why don't we do this?
Why don't we run 2 commercial breaks back to back? Go for about 8-10 minutes of spots.
Well,
and
oh no, because it's really slowing him down being on the air. He needs to get out. He needs to get off the air. He's wasting too much time eating this thing.
We'll take a break. We'll do the final headline of the night. And then why don't we put our mind on the road, guys?
Sounds good to me.
Final headline of the night here. I'm Joe Murray.
Yeah. That was it for him. He ended on a high note. There was no coming back from the brickle pie.
Oh, man.
There was no coming back from the brickle pie.
So that's it. Good point, Adam. That's him saying, so, Skaz.
No, God.
He picks up. Dude, Skaz picked up on it. He knew. It was very impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, they're eating constantly at that show. I mean, that is what they do. Yeah, that's exactly what they do.
No, God.
So that was one thing that we got alerted to from the Joe Show on Friday night. But there was another segment, I guess, where he'd started doing a movie discussion.
Yeah, he was doing his usual in or out segment.
Okay,
and he was a little perturbed with the crowd at the Sylvan Street Grill. To start with. Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, it's in or out here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. For those that are at the Sylvan Street Grill in front of me on their phone, what we do here is we bring up topics, and then you're either in on it or out. So, for example, people on their phone out to dinner, in or out. I am out. These guys are in. What are you looking at over? What is that?
Oh, boy.
A little passive-aggressive there from Jack.
Dangerous game he's playing there. These people have come out to see him, and he was calling them out for their dining etiquette. I don't know, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing a live broadcast at a restaurant, you got to expect them not to be eating. I mean, it's the same thing. It's like if you're doing stand-up comedy in front of a theater and there's someone in the front row with like a party sub.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, can we please keep the food out of our mouths? I'm doing in and out. Look, it's 8:30 at night on a Friday. You're at a restaurant. The show is up here. It's not down there on your plates.
Yeah, well, not on their plates and on their phone. They're double not paying attention, and I think that's what's really irking Joe.
What I would do if I was Joe, if I was doing a live broadcast, is I'd make everyone give their phones up at the door.
Right, put them in one of those pouches, like when you go to a comedy show now, and to make sure that you have to put your phone in.
Like when you see Dave Chappelle,
yeah.
You know, so you can't copy it. You can't just tape his whole act. I mean, he's going to do it again. I mean, what if everyone had video of him eating the brickle pie? I mean, who knows what people could do with that AI and everything?
It might serve as a source of embarrassment to him.
No. I don't think so.
I mean, he doesn't need everyone seeing him eat it.
Right.
It's for the radio.
I am out. These guys are in. What are you looking at over? What is that? 8 a.m. If you listened to my show, you would have known that instead of looking on your phone. I've been here all day.
Wait a second.
Wow.
Has he been there all day?
Goodness.
What time did he get there to prep for the show?
How many?
Well, he made the brickle pie.
How many of them has he had?
Yeah, the brickle pie is like lobster fumador or something. It takes quite a while to make. John could tell you. He loves to cook.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's up, Scaz? What do we got tonight for in or out?
All right, Joe, a Friday night edition.
We got a defensive crowd here, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Well, you put him on the defensive, Joe.
Maybe don't insult them first.
How many events have you done, like live broadcasts in your career?
Maybe hundreds.
Yeah, I mean, I've probably done over 500 concerts, everything else.
Oh yeah, counting ones where you're just doing it breaks and call-ins from.
Yeah.
Hundreds. Yeah.
See, the best thing that could ever happen is no one paying attention to you. That's like that's the highlight of is humanity right there. Is when no one's paying attention to you.
That's right.
It's the greatest. You're making your money. Don't worry about it.
Crowd here, by the way.
Well,
Very
yeah.
defensive
I mean,
back here.
Not surprised, Joe, you know. All right, Joe, let's start with the movies. A lot of movie ones today.
Oh, yeah. I had a bunch. I like these ones.
Joe Murray, are you in or out on another new scary movie?
Another new scary movie. Will Joe be in or out on this, do you think?
In! Brickle pie.
So in on Scary Movie 6 because Scream 7 is coming out. So with Scream 7, we need a Scary Movie 6, right? Think of all the content that they could use over the years, right? Ooh, I wonder who are they going to use now? Oh, man, I'm trying to think. Who could be like Jason Biggs, maybe?
How are they not watching this? Who's not watching this? Were they insane? He's pontificating if there should be a new scary movie.
Joe and Wallach are the only people I know who hang in there for that number of sequels. Wallach's was in there right to the end of Fast and Furious.
I actually gave up on the last two. I know it's disappointing.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I've never seen them.
I saw 8 of them.
Yeah, he stayed through 8 sequels. Joe was in there having an internal debate as to the casting of Scream 7 and Scary Movie 8.
I'm not even positive I know what Scary Movie is.
That's the parody one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of get that, but I don't know if I'm aware of like who's in it or what it looks like.
Yeah, I've never seen one.
They cycle through. Charlie Sheen, when he was at the height of his alcoholism and drug use, was in one of them as a gag.
Is this a Wayans Brothers situation?
I think they were actually in one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, because I stopped
who's
with
the dude
White
that was
Chicks with them.
No, sorry.
All right, go ahead.
All right. White Chicks.
That's all I like.
Oh my God, my son insisted on watching that the other day, and I said, "Okay, something about this is wrong." I can't quite put my finger on it, but he was captivated by it, by how bad it was, and the uncanny valley happening when you're watching it. But he couldn't take his eyes off of it, and I couldn't look at it. I couldn't.
And
even
that's
look
what's
at the
funny.
screen.
It must be on TikTok or something because both my kids were making fun of me for not seeing White Chicks.
Yeah,
like have never seen White Chicks. They were like shocked at like how much I've fallen behind the times.
Yeah.
with my lack of seeing White Chicks.
Yeah, you're right. There must be something going on TikTok about it where they all feel compelled to watch it now.
Yeah.
Who's the dude that was in Summer Catch? He
Freddie Prinze Jr.
He writes for WWE. He's got three names.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Way to go, Fred.
You're going to have to start going to the Sylvan Street Grill for these live broadcasts, Fred.
If it wasn't for the weather, I'd be there now.
Oh, my God. Him.
Freddie Prinze
Jr.?
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I knew it.
Is Junior a name? You're crediting that as a third?
You know what? That's not 3 names.
He's Fred from Scooby-Doo. That's what
You know
I
what?
think
Let me ask the Peanut Gallery.
In or out? I'm counting Junior as the third name and Freddie Prinze Jr. In or out?
In.
All I know is it's going to be a huge response.
In. That's right.
Okay.
All right, let it play.
Is Freddie Prinze Jr. 3 names?
I was making.
Wow.
No. I swear to God, I haven't heard this. You can ask 12 and Pete. I said this morning, I'm like, apologies, guys. I didn't get a chance to listen to these ahead of time.
I have a feeling the response is not going to make him feel good.
That's the in or out.
Is Freddie Prinze Jr. 3 names, or is it 2 names?
Joe going to the crowd?
I think it's 2 names, Tyler.
2 names.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Okay, 2 names.
There
Next.
you go. Potential White Girls 2 in the works?
It's amazing. Like you would think we had listened to these ahead of time. So we've already identified the Freddie Prinze Jr. 2 or 3 names being the in or out, and now they're talking about White Chicks.
All right, very good. We should probably stop there.
Yeah, we can. White Chicks problematic.
I mean, no, not that. It's just that everyone that's listening was probably at the Sylvan Street Grill and they've heard all this before.
Good point.
All right. We'll be back. We actually, we do not usually do it, but we are actually going to have a weatherman on. Someone I've been reading quite a bit of. And there's questions I have to ask because we are not getting proper updates. I need updates by the minute on this storm. And so is it Mahan or is it me? It's Mahan.
I think it's Mahan. I've emailed back and forth with him. He's emailed the show a number of times with like really good stuff, some other stuff that I take issue with, but we can debate all of that with him. But more importantly, get the timeline on this so Wallach and I can figure out whether or not we're driving home after the show today.
Ken Mahan from the Boston Globe, who does the weather for them, will be joining us in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Winter in New England, as you're seeing today, does not just bring snow, it brings Five Sports Up. We are Toucher and Hardy. It is Snowmageddon. It is a blizzard. And if you go to the Boston Globe app, there's only one man who's above the digital fold, and is Ken Mahan. He is all over this thing. He's been all over it for a week. I read him religiously. He was making me feel good earlier in the week. He was showing the Euro model. He was showing the Globe model. He was showing other models, and they were all saying everything else. And then he pivoted later in the week, and he was like, this thing looks like this could be a big situation. And here we are as we sit. Ken Mahan, thank you for stepping away from the radars for a moment and joining us. How do you do, sir?
I'm doing well, and thank you for that intro. I got to say, boys, I've been listening to you all for a long time, and I'm incredibly honored to follow that Joe Murray segment. So that was I feel very special.
What kind of pie are you eating right now?
Listen, no pies for me this morning. I usually keep pie to the holidays, right?
Oh, well, you're missing out on life.
Come on.
All right. Okay, so I'm taking it most people have not left the house. There are the hardy few that are in the studio right now, but most people have not left the house. In Metro Boston, how much snow has fallen so far, generally, as a rule?
Yes. So Metro Boston so far has seen anywhere between 5 and 10 inches. To going back to your intro there, Fred. I was trying to play this conservative leading all week, and then it looked like this storm was going to tug in a little bit closer last night, and so I bumped it up to about 2 feet or so in portions south of Boston and into Rhode Island. But this morning, just like sort of think of it like someone spinning around in a circle and turning themselves dizzy. The storm dogged left. Or I should say dogged to the east, rather. And now I have us a little bit lighter on the snow totals, with Boston or greater Boston ultimately ending up somewhere between 12 and 16 inches. So we're halfway there, and we're gonna pick up the rest by, say, 11 to 12 o'clock, and then snow will taper off up till about mid-afternoon.
It kind of doesn't matter, Ken, but we were discussing like how you can accurately judge snow totals when it's blowing so fiercely like it is now. So how do you really know?
It's really difficult. You get a sense of what's going to fall from the sky, right? With snow ratios, how much water's in the air, what's going to condense out. Think of a full sponge, and you're just wringing it out into your sink. What's going to fall from the sky? We know what's going on there for the most part, but yeah, when you have sustained winds of 30 to 70 miles per hour at times, it's going to be pushed around like somebody at a rock concert that's in the mosh pit. It's tough to find out exactly where it's going to fall. So that's why you end up seeing, myself and other meteorologists give a little bit more of a wider snowfall range rather than those 2-inch windows. That's why I have us 12 to 16 with isolated up to maybe 18 inches or so in the greater Boston area. Still 2 feet of snow probably along the south shore, south coast.
70 miles an hour. That's the speed of an F1 tornado, Ken. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about the movie Twister if you're one of those guys who are just in it for the money, but I feel like you have a more pure aspect to your research and coverage of this storm, and for that I thank you.
I saw Twisters, and I actually wrote an article about like what they got right and what they got wrong with those movies, which was a fun gig. I did look like a weirdo though, taking notes in the middle of a movie theater on opening night for it, but
not at all.
But going back,
wow. Is it required for all meteorologists to see this thing?
I'm not sure if it's required, but I love that kind of stuff, right? I'll tell you, 99% of the meteorologists are going to tell you they love this science since they were a little kid. I'm part of that gang, and of course, you go to Twisters. I'm there as a near 40-year-old man, ready to go first in line on opening night when that thing came out. But going back to your point, Cape Cod, over 100,000 people just in the Cape, without power right now. That's brutal with those hurricane force winds.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, so how does this compare to the storm that we had earlier this year? Like, how is digging out of this going to be different than digging out of that? Snow totals, the condition of the snow, all that stuff.
Yeah, so this is going to be worse all around just because the snow is going to be more wet and dense, and it's going to basically freeze if you don't get to it by 8 p.m. tonight. So not going to be fun. You know, the storm that we had at the end of January, that was more fluffy snow and easy to move along. And we didn't have really any wind with that January snow. So you're going to find portions of your driveway or your walkway, whatever, with snow drifts up towards 30 inches easily at times. It's just going to make a problem for your lower back, that's for sure.
All right.
Okay, so how much has fallen so far? Take away the South Shore. How much has fallen so far?
Yeah, so greater Boston, right, heading towards where you guys are in Waltham, I think is where you guys are at. Between 5 and 7 inches. Some spots around the I-95 belt are at 10 inches right now.
Okay, and so it's 8:30 right now. When does this start lightening up a little bit?
So I have it lightening up, by 1 p.m. But then you're going to have another couple of inches to slowly fall from the sky up until about 5 or so. So we'll get there. It's just not going to be that massive dump that everybody was saying, let's say Saturday night into Sunday. But it's going to be a little bit more stretched out, but we'll get to those totals.
And, we're all concerned with our own areas, and I've tried explaining to Fred and Wallach because of the geography of Canton. Oftentimes we find ourselves in what I like to call the honeypot, Ken. I'll talk a little technical with you because you understand the terminology here.
Totally.
Yeah, and I feel it has something to do with Blue Hills. Some of those clouds maybe, rising up and dumping their contents before it has to rise over the hill when the winds are blowing, to the northeast. And is that the reason why certain areas like that, like Canton, I will say again, end up getting higher snow totals than other areas?
Look, I'm going to have you on as a correspondent for me, Hardy.
And yeah,
no. Just made his year.
But, shush, Fred. He's getting. You got more on the honeypot. Go.
Yeah, honeypot was the first weather term I learned in college. No, but no, you are
very rudimentary.
Right. Listen,
your vernacular.
Say the part where I'm right again, Ken, because everyone's talking all over it.
Ken, is he right?
Yes, you are right.
Hey.
You do have that is the go zone when it comes to
same with Zolak.
This time of this time.
We had diarrhea at the honeypot hill.
Oh my gosh,
it's a different honeypot.
Yeah. But yeah, so southeast, South Shore, right? That's the go zone. You're talking when you have this type of storm, this coastal storm, nor'easter, what have you. These snow squalls will push in, and then they'll hit the little bit higher elevations of where you are. I'll circle Canton, Mass for you, Hardy, and essentially bring out slightly higher totals. That whole sort of area between Canton down to Taunton, Brockton, and then stretching a little bit more northwest there does end up seeing a little bit more. And you're away from the ocean, right? So warmer air could stick around along areas like Plymouth or New Bedford or whatever, and keep the temperature a little bit warmer, so you don't get as much snow. But it dries out and chills out pretty quickly as you get towards where you are.
Ken, is the snow afraid to fall in Newton because of possible litigation?
That might be above my pay grade, but yeah. Oh my gosh, that's great. No, Newton will end up with near 16 inches when it's all said and done, Fred.
You think so? Okay. And there's only like 8 now, so there's like 8 more inches coming.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's going to scurry up and hurry up by like midnight, and then by noon. So I've been up since midnight, and essentially taper off until about 5 o'clock, and you'll get to that 16.
Okay, so all right, so now it's 5 o'clock. The snow is fallen, and here we are. Can you project us into the week? When will this start melting?
I don't think it's going to melt pretty quickly. I actually was just taking a look at what highs you could expect for the next 7 to 10 days to see what the snow melt is going to end up looking like. Maybe by Saturday and Sunday, you'll actually get a little bit of melting there. It's going to stay near freezing each night over the next 4 or 5 days, with temperatures kind of pushing into the mid-30s, so hardly any melting at all. But Saturday and Sunday, that's when you finally see a dent with this stuff.
All right.
Well, that doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah.
All right, so 16 inches of very hard to shovel snow, and then no melting until this weekend.
But that's the non-honeypot region in Newton, where, thank goodness, because that's soft. And other places could be more. Ken, did you have any other incorrect sports predictions you wanted to tell us live on the air in relation to weather patterns? Because last year around this time, Ken was kind enough to email us all sorts of wonderful predictions regarding the Red Sox based on the temperatures in February. Anything else? Any other primrose paths you want to lead us down at this point?
Listen, I took a break after the heartbreaking Super Bowl. I didn't expect us to. Obviously, I thought that we were playing with house money with the Patriots, and I thought that at least a competitive game would make me happy, but that was tough to watch. So I actually took a break from all of that stuff. But unfortunately, the Red Sox, that one didn't turn out. We had a couple correct ones with Patriots games throughout the season, which was great.
That's right.
But yeah, I'll take a break from it for a while and see if the Celtics and the Bruins could do anything, but they're indoors, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. So the word is this goes on in real bad until noon, so 3 more hours, and then it will linger around not as hard till this evening. And if you don't have this stuff shoveled up by 8 o'clock tonight, it's never going away, basically.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. That's right, Fred.
All right. Well,
fantastic.
I read it every day, Ken. I read it. I'm almost addicted to the weather reports on the Boston Globe on this app. I read them 7-8. Unhealthy. It's unhealthy for me, but I'm reading them 7-8 times a day. So it's nice to talk to you. I had a lot of questions in my head, and you were able to answer all of them. Thank you, Ken.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Love the show. Been listening to you guys for years, so keep it up. Thanks.
You're great, Ken. Thanks for all the correspondence.
Thank you,
we appreciate it.
We appreciate it. There you go. Great. Ken Mahan, is everyone satisfied?
Yeah.
This seems awful.
Yeah, and I mean, he's in no position to give advice on this, but really, I'm sitting here thinking selfishly once again, when should I drive home today? That's really what it is. And I think he just gave us the answer. I think maybe you wait this thing out a couple hours, and not even bother until then.
See, my question is, when do they start plowing secondary streets? Because of the blizzard conditions, I wonder if they've been hesitant, because a lot of times on some plows, obviously major thoroughfares in the highway, that they'll plow in any condition. But I know, at least I read, that sometimes some plow drivers don't go out in blizzard conditions because of the lack of visibility. So I'm wondering, how good the roads are, or if they've even plowed. I can't see because of my shared wall. I can't see the road here unless I stuck my head out the window or out the door, which I'm not going to do. So I don't even know if they plowed my road yet. So we'll see. I can't wait until that wall of ice gets up there, though. Get to crack through that thing. And Milo has school from home today, so he won't be available until 2:30, 3 o'clock. So
does he have baseball practice from home?
Every day is a grind. Every day is a grind.
Okay.
He's constantly working. You can hear the weighted balls up there right now. You can hear it. He's up there mentally preparing. He's breaking down film right now.
Good.
All right. They say that they have practice tonight at 8 o'clock at this place, and I'm like, there's no way.
No, they don't.
No, you don't. All right. Very good. This sounds like a very bad storm that I don't like. Wouldn't it be great if it was 50 tomorrow? 50 and sunny?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Then I could just work from home tomorrow and just wait for it to melt. I wouldn't even have to go outside. All right. Very good. We'll be back in just a moment.
YKYK, which obviously YD. Okay?
Toucher and Hardy, mornings of the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy, and on a very snowy day, as the gentleman. Now, if you guys stay at the station today for a couple hours, what are you going to do?
Well, John and I were just talking about that and whether or not, we might have any food available to us anywhere nearby. My guess is that we won't. But we'll investigate a couple of different spots and see if he and I can enjoy a meal of food. Might have to walk across the street, which also seems harrowing.
Did you know there's a Chipotle over there, Fred?
It's a 10:45 opening for the Chipotle across the street. So you'll have to wait a little bit, but it might take you that long to walk over there.
Yeah, and how do you know if it's open until they're actually supposed to be open? So if you're planning on that, that seems foolish. I don't know. I really don't know.
Got to figure the cafe's closed. Has anyone investigated?
I can't imagine the cafe is open, but that'd be great to. You know what? Let me check the app.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, you check the local app. Get on the local by Toast.
Who's saying it's closed?
The fellas over in the green room there.
Oh,
I don't know who's in yet.
T-Bone,
Milliken,
McCone, and
T-Bone.
Milliken are all here.
Oh. Now, is anyone else broadcasting from home today?
We have learned that Beetle is broadcasting from home. Zolak also took the hotel last night, so he will be in studio.
How's Zoe feeling? Is he okay?
As far as we know.
Okay.
But T-Bone, Milliken, and McCone were all in the hotel last night, and remarkably, see, I wonder why there were so many cars in the parking structure here this morning. Turns out what people did was they drove here last night, parked, Ubered to the hotel, and then Ubered back this morning. So I was surprised to find that you could get an Uber this morning.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game because it is not easy to get an Uber during a snowstorm. I've tried that many times. That used to be a strategy of mine, is I would just take an Uber, and then I could not have to deal with getting my car out. But at least before a morning show time, that is a dangerous game.
Yeah, but Milliken said his Uber driver couldn't even find the entrance to pull into the the parking lot or the driveway that leads into the building here because of the everything just covered in snow. And they said the roads are not good right now. They've been plowing. Obviously, they had done some plowing when I was driving in this morning, but you can't keep up with it.
Are you at all surprised Zolak chose to stay at the hotel?
Yeah, he talks a really big game sometimes.
T-Bone called it the upset of the century.
Yeah.
That Zolak took the hotel last night.
Wouldn't he have just broadcast? Doesn't he have the equipment to broadcast from home?
I think he needs someone to come set it up for him each and every time. So unless that, I don't think even Louth was going to drive up to his house to do that for him today. So if that's not an option, then he was going to have to take the hotel.
I wonder when was the last time he stayed at a Hampton Inn?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the Patriots are staying at the Hampton Inn.
I don't think so.
No, I mean, but there's nothing wrong with the Hampton Inn, and it's very close. But it's just, that had to be a bit of a culture shock. That's like Schitt's Creek, like the whole premise of that show, going out like that. It's like a U.S. version, which they really should make. It's too Canadian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't get all the references.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much. All right.
You just gave me mild anxiety, though, Fred. If I do stick around here for a while and maybe you want to grab some food before I hit the road, say at noon or so, that's just going to be a couple hours hanging out with Wallach, and I've never done that before.
I have.
Fred, do you enjoy your experience?
Yes, I actually have enjoyed Wallach and I have gone on road trips to various broadcasting locations, and I've enjoyed it.
I played golf with him, but this is different.
John and I were doing lunches together back in the fall. We had a delightful time. We're going to do it again. Absolutely.
Okay.
Remember
Love to
when
hang with
they
Joe.
wouldn't invite us?
Yeah.
The two of them would go off running around without inviting us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. They were like, oh, look at us doing things without you.
John wouldn't
Ha-ha.
hike with me after the lunch. It was a
No,
little
no, I
disappointing.
turned that down. No, I was not interested in that. No. But
this
Hardy, if it makes you feel any better, we don't have to hang out. We can get our food separately.
Yeah,
No,
let's leave that out. Let's leave that as an option.
He doesn't want that. Hardy loves companionship. He does not want. He does not want to be alone. No, Hardy will eat with you. What's young Nicholas doing with his? What if the wife goes?
I
into
was just
labor
going to
right
say
now?
this could happen at any moment.
What if the wife goes into labor and starts having the kid, and Nick gets caught in like some snow pile, John style, and then he doesn't even see the birth of his child?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, so
Don't
Nick,
say that.
what's the plan, Nick?
Nick, it's not the way to start.
I
You're
don't think
estranged from your own child.
History repeating itself.
Nick, you should have been there. Your Disney on Ice tickets.
What's the plan, Nick?
I'm going straight home after this, and then hopefully nothing comes up. But when it happens, I don't want to drive to Beverly. Her hospital or the hospital we want to go to is in Beverly, which is very far away.
How long did it take you to drive here this morning?
45 minutes.
Oh, that's what it normally takes you, isn't it?
No. It takes 20, 25 minutes.
Oh.
Now, are you south or north, Nicholas? You move around a lot.
North.
When you lived in Marshfield, did you know where Steven Tyler lived?
I did. Brad Whitford lived next door to my grandmother.
Brad.
Brad.
Brad Whitford.
I think that's his name, right?
Yeah, it's Brad Whitford.
Brad Whitford. Brad
Sacopee.
Whitford. Brad Whitford. He used to
His
live.
cat, Aqua.
Brad Whitford.
Sacopee. Fingers crossed she doesn't go into labor today. That's all I'm saying.
Well, why? You don't want a kid?
Well, no.
Walked right into that, Nick.
Wow, Nick. If I was you, I'd want that baby post haste. Do you think
it
you'll
would
have
be-
another kid?
It would
do you
be a
think
very
you'll-
long drive.
Do you think you'll have another kid after this one?
No. That's been decided.
Are you going to get a vasectomy?
Yeah, probably. Most likely.
Okay. And your wife will allow that because she knows if you get a gemelli, you want them for their DNA.
Oh yeah.
You don't want.
Well, fingers
And that's
crossed.
that's God telling you to populate the earth with more gemellis.
Do you know if you're having a boy or a girl? Have you announced it?
A boy.
Have you announced it?
No, yeah, everybody. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, we didn't make a big thing of
Nick,
it, but
you don't want
it's
a
boy.
kid, they'll just ditch you.
All right.
Another chance at a Luigi.
Are you going to name this one Luigi? No, or now that you know you're not Italian, will that go out?
Yeah, I can't do that.
All right, Seamus then.
Yeah, you should name the kid Seamus.
My whole childhood is a lie. I can't do that. I can't.
It's a lie, just like your love.
All right, very good. Hopefully your wife doesn't go into labor. All right, listen, you would have had an excuse not to come in today, and I wouldn't have busted your balls, but you blew that one. Now, no excuses. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment.
Dutcher and Hardy, Owen Beetle, Felger and Mass, the Bruins, the Celtics, the Pats, the Revolution. This is Boston's home for sports. WBC-FM at HD Boston. 98.5 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics got 32 points from Jaylen Brown and 30 from Peyton Pritchard last night. They beat the Lakers in L.A. 111-89. The Green held the home team to 39 second-half points. They have taken the first 2 games on this 4-game road trip. They'll be in Phoenix tomorrow night. At the Winter Olympics, the USA men's hockey team won a game for the ages. They beat Canada 2-1 in overtime to earn their first gold medal in 46 years. Jack Hughes, the game winner. The U.S. Olympic team won a country record 12 golds at the Winter Olympics and a total of 33 medals in all. The closing ceremonies took place yesterday. Bruins back at work Thursday night at home against Columbus. Pavel Zacha announced over the weekend a concussion was the reason he was unable to play in Italy. He is expected to be ready to go against the Blue Jackets. And the Red Sox scored an 11-10 exhibition win over Toronto yesterday in Fort Myers. Connerly Early starts today in Port Charlotte, Florida against Tampa Bay. Christian Campbell is in center field hitting 4th. Carlos Narvaez is the DH hitting 6th. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Rodenheiser Home Services. You could win a new high-efficiency gas furnace from Rodenheiser. If your furnace is 10 years or older, outdated, and unreliable, go to Rodenheiser.com/5 free furnaces to enter. That's Rodenheiser.com/5 free furnaces. No purchase necessary. Rules online. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Diving effort. He's got a breakaway. The backhand. Throws it in front. Coming to the spot.
The Sports Hub.
Oh boy, I guess it's time for more Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
And it's Werenski. Now Jack Hughes puts it around the car. United States with numbers. Back across it comes. Jack Hughes wins it. The golden goal for the United States. For the first time since the 1980 miracle, the United States takes the gold. Jack Hughes beating Jordan Bennington.
You guys, this are up, and you can see the new video, the first video that Hardy has made, up at on social media at Toucher and Hardy, and at Hardy 98.5 and at Fred Toucher. So far, it's been very well received. You get to see the unveiling of what the puppets look like, including the great reveal, which is John. John is the great reveal.
Yeah, I would say so, and I feel like the Nick Thuppet is going to be a fan favorite, but the fact that based on the comments, I think Wallach is probably captured the early hearts of the viewers.
No, I don't want to give it away, but we did not have to have John's made specifically for John. They already those kinds of puppets already existed, and they just needed a little fine tuning to get them to John-like levels.
Right, just a minor accessorizing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that is what we got going with that. So those are up on social media right now. I suggest you look at them. I like them very much. Again, I liked it so much I sent it to my mother, which I never, ever, ever do. And my mother said, "That looks great. I can't hear it." And then rather than explain what might be going on, I just left it be and said, maybe it's best that you never hear this. Maybe it's best because I can only imagine this is something that could inevitably lead to tears.
She watches things online, though, doesn't she? I mean,
she watches us online on YouTube. She figured that out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was not a conversation I was willing to have. Specifically based on the weather conditions and things that are happening. I knew yesterday was not a day to put more on my plate. I knew it was good to be an anti-aggravation day yesterday. That's all. I didn't need to get into that with her. So I'm, everyone probably in our audience just about watched the gold medal game, the men's Olympic hockey gold medal game that was yesterday morning. And I'm looking here. I was looking for ratings, but they come out later today. During the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, 17.1 million people watched the gold medal game between the U.S. and Canada. In 2010, 27.6 million people watched it during the Vancouver Games. And outside of the Olympics last year, 9.3 million people watched the United States and Canada play each other in the finals of the four-nation face-off. Regardless of the time of day that it was on, I have a feeling that is going to be between 17 and 27 million. I think it's going to be closer to 27 million than it is to 17 million, regardless of the time change.
They don't include, obviously, the Canadian ratings in this, but you'd have to figure if you added that in, I mean, that's at least double, if not more. How many TVs in Canada were tuned into this?
That's not the conversation, though. The conversation is, I mean, Canada watches hockey anyway. It's the most watched games in the U.S. Now, the Four Nations final, I believe, was on ESPN. So this was streaming across everyone. And these Olympics apparently have been very highly rated. There was some talk, I guess, when NBC bought into these Olympics that they had overpaid, but they're getting these like giant ratings for everything. The stuff in the afternoon, everything.
Even after the quad god failed to medal and fell all over the ice. That was a big storyline.
Well, people just liked it because we like to see our gods fall. So I think that was almost a good thing for us.
That's a good point.
Yeah, like we like to pump people up and then knock them down real nice. So that was good to see. Like you with all, like, did you see that influencer guy who was like supposed to be all handsome and the guy took his wig off? I saw that, and I don't even know who anybody involved is, but I liked it because I like to see a guy get taken down a peg or two. He's hot shot, handsome guy. That's fake hair. So that's what we're dealing with. So I for one was locked in on the quad god. I didn't like that they were doing the men's figure skating so early in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I wish they would have saved it and kind of drawn it out.
I agree.
But they did show curling and lots of it.
Lots of curling. And let me tell you what else they show, because I guess they had no other choice after the game ended yesterday. But they really need a production specialist, somebody involved in how to put on events. And you got to figure there are hundreds, maybe thousands of them already working for the IOC. But once that game is over and you get a few minutes to celebrate with your team and skate around the ice and show the flag, let's get to the medals. And I don't know how long you hung in after the game, Fred, but I was hanging in there watching. I said, all right, I've already invested a couple hours in this. I want to get the payoff. It took forever. And that, first of all, they introduce people from the IOC. And the crowd could care less about that than they do about Gary Bettman being introduced at the Stanley Cup presentation. And then they do the stuffed animal presentation, which I yet to have an explanation for.
What's that?
The silver medalist. There's a meme online of Nathan McKinnon getting a stuffed animal for
after they hand out the medals. They go down the line and hand everyone individually a medal. First the silver medals to the Canadians, and then another person hands them each a stuffed animal.
Or something.
And I guess they've been doing it all Olympics long. This is the first medal ceremony that I've watched. But watching each one of these guys get this stuffed animal and them looking for the nearest trash can to throw it into.
Do you think the Canadians are going to keep their silver medals? Because in anything else, you would, if you met someone and they said, I was on the 1984 Olympic team, you would be like, oh my God. Like, you wouldn't even think maybe to ask them if they've medaled. So it's like in any other event, if you get a silver medal, it's a great honor. But, since Canada was supposed to win the gold medal, I wonder if they even keep those.
I think they keep them, but they put them away and don't look at them.
Yeah, it's something never to be spoken of again.
Yeah, you put that thing in a safe somewhere, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, they did. I didn't stay for the whole gold medal ceremony. I saw them, skate around with the Gaudreau jersey, which was very nice. I saw the handshake line, which took a while to get to, and I felt bad for the Canadians because you can't go anywhere. Like, you just got to sit there and watch it. You really can't go because you got to do the handshake line, and then you got to sit around and wait to get your second place medal, which is no fun. And you also outplay the United States by just so much. You just killed them. And the idea that they went to a 3-on-3 overtime and then you ended up losing is got to be hard to reconcile. I don't know if it makes it easier or makes it harder.
Just losing that game is, regardless of how it happened, is just a killer
Yeah,
for the entire country.
But it's an interesting question, Fred. I don't know that they take like any comfort in the fact that they lost in a 3-on-3 overtime as opposed to losing in a 5-on-5 or losing in regulation. I gotta think that as you're going through running a gamut of emotions and all of the regret and remorse and everything, maybe just a pang of at least it was a 3-on-3 overtime goal that we lost by, and not we didn't get shelled 5-0 and lose that way.
Because I can just tell you from my experience of watching it is like that third period was, I didn't particularly care who won. The third period to me was just mesmerizing, and the fact that they didn't go to commercial, and it's one of the great sporting events I've sat through this last 365 days. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was crazy to see that line with McKinnon and
McDavid.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy to see all that. And then when it went to the 3, and then the United States had a chance at the end, and I think they had one that hit a couple posts. Like the way that was, and all those great opportunities that were either missed. McKinnon had that open net that he missed. Like all that stuff was so exciting. And then when it went to the 3-on-3 overtime, it was a big kind of letdown. Like it wasn't the same, because it's not I don't know. It's just not. It's not the way something should be decided of that kind of importance. Like if indeed the gold medal game means more in the world of hockey than any other game that these guys will ever play, then by definition that game should end 5-on-5.
I was reading something on TSN this morning about whether or not the Canadians would take some solace in losing the way they did. And the theory here is, that the 3-on-3 should give the Canadians more of an advantage. Now, there are the bad bounces, there are the turnovers that turn into an odd man rush the other way. But if you put McKinnon, McCarr, and McDavid out there at the same time, you should be able to skate circles around regardless of
but
anyone.
But it's one bad bounce
I know.
That gets taken the other way. Like, it's not a bad bounce like when the Bruins played the Blackhawks and a bad bounce off the end board goes in front of the goal and then it's a goal. It's not like that. It's like a bad bounce that's retrieved by the team in their own end and then skated out. Like, the Canadians thought they had a 2-on-1, and then it got turned into a 3-on-1 by the U.S. Like, that wouldn't have happened, right? Like,
right.
That just wouldn't have happened.
Well, Fluto basically said it. If it was 5-on-5, the Canadians would have won easily.
But you would think, but you also think the Canadians would have won in regulation.
They would have won in the third period the way that thing went.
Eventually.
Well, the way Hellebuck was playing, I mean, who knows? Who knows? But I would have liked to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have liked to see it. I thought what they did with the Gaudreau stuff, and I'm not like, a big softy, but I thought what they did with the Gaudreau stuff was very moving. If my son had died tragically, and that I knew that he was being remembered in that way, I think that would give me a pride and fill me with a little bit of good feeling. I mean, certainly I enjoyed all of that, and I absolutely loved the game, and I enjoyed the 3-on-3, but it's more chaos than anything else. In a regular season NHL, that's great because it's the difference of a point. A point out of a game where there's a shot at 164 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a very minor thing. I still hate the shootout and everything. Even in regular season hockey games, I'd rather just tie. But the 3-on-3, when it doesn't matter, is really fun. I love it in the NHL. But it's just like you had this crazy-ass game where the guy who shot the game winner, got teeth knocked out, 15 minutes before that. You had another guy losing teeth. You had guys flying all over the place. Like, you never saw effort like that. You got to see how much better McDavid is, how much faster McDavid is than everyone else, and how he can just stop from a full sprint and just stop. Like, all that was on display. The goaltending was insane. All that was on display, and then it kind of just ends in that 3-on-3. And I mean this to be that as a celebration of the event as a whole. I think not wanting that 3-on-3 speaks more of how great the game was than being an old fart complaining about everything. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying it was so good, I would have liked to see it continue to go. Because you could have seen that going to double overtime.
Easily.
Of course you could have.
Easily, yes.
I mean, no one scored in the third period. Of course it could have gone into double overtime. In Canada, where they have double the shots.
I was just going to say, I would have liked, if it had kept going and we'd gone to double overtime, I would have loved to have seen the shot differential the deeper we went into extra time.
Yeah, it was almost double. I think it was 41-26, I think was the final.
Because imagine if in 2011.
42-28.
You know how the Bruins were like the more physical team, obviously, than Vancouver?
Mm-hmm.
And say like in Game 7 of 2011, the Bruins have come back in that series and they're heavier and it's finally like working. They've like intimidated Vancouver and they're pounding them and all that happens and it gets into overtime and then it goes 3-on-3. And all of a sudden, the Sedin twins are out there dancing around without a care in the world because it's like now it's an ice skating competition. It just – and you're right. The United States should have been at a disadvantage in the 3-on-3 because the whole thing is they were better defensively and they were the heavier team.
Yep.
But when Bennett went to the box for a double minor, then I thought maybe U.S. needs to win this game. When I saw Sam Bennett, and he can't even resist taking people's teeth out in the third period of a gold medal game.
Unbelievable. I mean, it wasn't intentional, but of course,
you have to have control of your stick.
If it was going to be, if it happened to a player out there, yes, it was going to be Sam Bennett. That was going to be on the other end of that stick.
I mean, those guys play hockey every day of their lives. You got to have control of your stick.
Yeah.
I mean, he really ripped him in the face.
Yep.
I mean, look, he didn't take two. He shouldn't go to jail. He didn't take two hands and swing it like a baseball bat. But I'm sure that the team wasn't thrilled. And by the way, that was a big loss for Canada because now you tilted the ice so far one way. Now you got this double minor in the United States, and what the Canada was getting applauded for during that time was their ability to just kill clock. Remember, they were just like kind of dancing around with the puck, so they're not even trying to get anything shorthanded. And so it basically took 3 minutes of scoring opportunity away from them. So Sam Bennett really is kind of the GOAT of that game, and not the greatest of all time, like this Steph Curry movie that I saw.
No, like the Charlie Brown GOAT.
Yeah.
By the way, Fred, just a little bit of research here. They've been doing the stuffed animals for several Olympics now. They're a sustainable, lasting alternative to traditional flowers as the Olympics makes a move toward being more sustainable, which I think is a really nice idea. Forget about the fact that they build velodromes in all these cities that never get touched again.
I know.
And all these
big white-ass elephants in all these cities. Let's go look at Sochi, Russia. See what that looks like.
Let's be more eco-friendly. Instead of flowers, we'll do stuffed animals. What do you think happens to the stuffed animals? Landfills. That's where they end up.
Well, no, flowers die and then, go back to the earth as compost. You want a nice styrofoam animal that will last forever. The stuffing made of some cheap plastic. That's interesting and not right. Seems like flowers would be a lot.
Just watching that, these hockey players who have just been through a battle, an absolute war for the last 60-plus minutes. And, thank you for the stuffy. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And a lot of guys
give it to your kid.
They immediately turn around and set it on the boards behind them. Like, that can stay there for the rest of the time for all.
Don't ever give up on being a kid.
Yeah.
Party, I wish you could see me in the camera because I'm doing it.
Oh no, I can't. My camera's turned off.
No, go look at
YouTube's turned
YouTube.
off. Nope, not gonna look. Not looking.
Just to be a kid. Look at me.
All right, I looked. You got your fist down your cheek. There, are you happy? I looked.
Cute.
Now we can go to break. I looked. Stop it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, he's doubled up.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't have you being a nudge on my bingo card for today.
Got a couple of bingo card emails we need to get to next.
It's cold outside and it's cold in this chat room.
You see how hard he tried to move forward? See that?
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
I thought the silence would make you look.
Nope. Shut that dog up.
He's so darn cute. Look at him. Look at him.
12, just play commercials.
All right.
He's not going to do it. Just play it.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy, those scamps.
like to email us, you can go to 98.5 The Sports Hub and get on that. If you would like to see us on social media, including the new Thuppets puppets that Hardy has put together and made our first video, you can see those at Toucher and Hardy, at Hardy 98.5, and at Fred Toucher as we work here on the Blizzard Day. And Jeffrey Glassman injury lawyers are always working as well. And this email bed is powered by them. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. Now, if you'll like to know that Blind Scott has been emailing, I'll read you just one that I pulled up. Fred, can you have sex with my friend who's an OnlyFans model? I think it would be good for your career.
I'm glad that he's looking out for you, and especially in the career aspect of it. I mean, he's not doing it for personal reasons. It would be good for you.
Well, and if they're friends with Blind Scott, I mean, I'd obviously want to sleep with them.
Yeah.
No question there. And if they're an OnlyFans model, they got to be super good looking too. There's no question about that. It's not like anyone could just get an OnlyFans page.
A lot of Blind Scott emails about George this morning. I don't know why, but a lot of them.
I've been praying to God all morning about Nick and George. I'm so nervous about George. George is a good worker, too. He works on every show. There is nothing wrong with George. That's from Scott. And I don't know why he's worried about George more so than anyone else, but he is. Daniel was emailing during the gold medal game yesterday, first saying that I didn't have a kid from Millis scoring the first goal on my bingo card.
Yeah, I saw those.
And then he said that this gold medal game is drunk. So that's a 2 for 2 from Daniel.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that after the game. Jeremy says Friday's missed opportunity. Hearing your little scamp annoyance of Hardy reminded me that Friday you missed a key opportunity to bother him. At what point he was talking about the feeling of giving birth, and you played the entire conversation straight. And I have never been more let down. That is from Jeremy.
Yeah, I remember the conversation. You missed out on that, Fred.
Yeah, I must have not been paying attention. I wasn't thinking of annoying you at that moment. I apologize.
2 messages from Dave. One from 6:30 this morning. He said the snow is, and he's a plow guy perspective. Dave. He said the snow is heavy and wet, so the wheels are slipping to try and find the weight around turns. I'm in a 350 with a sander. Nice. This also means.
Do you know what that means?
What does that mean? Yeah, I was going to ask.
Well, there's a 150, a 250, and a 350. So he's in a big truck, and he's also got a sander on the back of it. So that's added weight on the back of the truck.
Oh,
okay.
This also means I can't really rest because I would risk getting behind on my route and not being able to catch up. It's windy as all get out. This is bad for a million reasons, but from my perspective, I can't crack the windows, which cause the insides to steam up constantly. That kills visibility. Long-duration storms are great money, but they get increasingly dangerous because there's no built-in rest times. Most drivers will wear down and begin to check mirrors less and less. You get neck fatigue unless you do shrugs constantly like Ted Johnson. Most of us have to stay through past.
Does Ted Johnson often not know, so he just
exactly.
Is that why he just keeps shrugging?
Yes. Most of us have to stay through past the end of the storm, so it can get dangerous. Now, that was at 6:30. Dave has since updated and said roads are awful. You'd be risking death driving home right now. On the other hand, lunch with Wallach, ? Maybe take your chances behind the wheel.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well,
a guy really doesn't understand. Doesn't know.
If this is going till noon, I'm questioning when this is going to get better. Like when the roads will be better. Like
that's going to
drivable.
be a while. Just because it stops snowing doesn't mean the roads automatically get better.
No, I mean, you could get lucky and, get on 95 or get on the Pike and get behind one of those plow convoys because you're like, oh, you go so slow. You're not driving fast anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, the dog agrees.
Right?
Yeah.
But the other issue is, where would we have lunch? What's going to be open?
I was just going to say, walk across the street, see if that's open.
I'm not going to walk over there on the chance that they're open.
Why not? What do you got? What
because
else do you
it's a freaking blizzard, Wallach.
It's literally 100 yards that direction.
Did you didn't go over there and look out upon the street like Beaton and I just did? The only guys out there, the two guys shoveling a sidewalk across the street who look like they're about to keel over. The only vehicles we saw were plows and earth-moving equipment,
So you'd
like
rather,
bulldozers.
You'd rather die of hunger. You'd rather really, really be hungry.
I'd
hungry.
rather wait a bit, and we'll find out if something is over.
Well, this says Watertown received 3.8 inches of snow, according to the last report made to the National Weather Service at 6:58 a.m. So that's 3.8 inches.
Well, but that was 2.5 hours ago in Watertown. I bet they've gotten. I mean, if it's fallen anything like it is here, they had to have gotten 4 or 5 more inches at least.
West Roxbury has received 3.9 inches of snow, according to last report made to the National Weather Service at 7:45.
I don't know how they track it. Even Ken Mahan didn't have a good answer when it's blowing as wildly as it is. How do you accurately track how much snow is fallen down onto the ground?
It just looks like to me that there, and I've been looking through many windows, so I'm an expert. It looks to me like there are areas where there's not a lot of snow, and then there's areas where there's huge pileups because of the wind. Like the wind it depends like where you are. The wind can blow like, some cars are completely covered in snow and some cars are only covered up to like the halfway up their wheels. So it's interesting. As I look out the window here, look around my property.
Around the compound.
Yeah, exactly. See what's doing with the compound.
King of all that you see.
That's right. The shared wall. Anything before that wall is all mine, baby. Anything before that wall is all me.
We have not Gary Tangway, who emailed us.
Yeah, I couldn't understand this one so much.
I wonder if my namesake and our favorite ghost of a guest would be interested in an interview if he could be a puppet. So not Gary Tangway is saying, I wonder if Gary Tangway himself would be interested in coming back on the show in puppet form.
Yeah.
And then he said, Mrs. Lloyd is interested in this bingo night you all keep referencing. When is this 2026 bingo card shindig actually happening?
Mrs. Lloyd.
No, it's not an actual bingo night. We're just referencing the bingo card phrase that gets thrown around on the internet.
They wanted to make a marionette version of the Arm in the Fall, but they couldn't keep Rocky Suarez standing up straight. They didn't have the heavy enough strings, and the kind of the ample bosom in behind.
If it's made to proper specifications, it just keeps toppling off the stage.
It looks freaky when it's not in human form. It's a delight to the senses when it is. Rocky Suarez was a delight to the senses as a human, but as a marionette, it caused too many problems. That's for the doc. It's for the Criterion version of it. When
now
you're asking
Rocky
the author,
got a cut off leg to deal with.
Yeah, and then it got real messed up if she loses a limb, because now you're just whoa all over the place. Even Frank Oz couldn't do it, and believe me, Frank Oz is part of SAG-AFTRA. He was in the Blues Brothers. Write it down. All right. Well, I would like to know what you guys decide to do. I am interested because you do have. Are the other shows in today?
So Zoe is going to be here because he was in the hotel.
No, but like the other radio stations.
Yeah, the morning show up the hall. They're all here.
Yeah, Bob and LBF were in.
Yep.
And I saw Leroy and Melissa.
Yeah.
I saw Pebbles earlier, so they're all here.
Oh, all right. It's interesting. It's interesting because it's just as hard to get in. This is one day where it's just as hard to get in as the midday show as it is as the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
By the time Felger and Maz come on, I would believe that you could get in. But you'd have to be working hard right now in order to get out in time. Another blizzard. Another broadcast from home. What a time to be alive. And by the way, according to Ken Mahan, not melting at all until this weekend. And by the way, it's Monday morning. So that's, 5 days of no melting.
Well, I still had at least a foot of snow in my yard, and in most places in my yard. So if we're going to pile on soft estimate for the honeypot of Canton, another 1.5 feet on top of that. So even some melting on Saturday, what, you're going to melt off a foot? I doubt it. I doubt a foot of snow is going to melt on Saturday just because it gets up to 45 degrees for a few hours.
It's not the absence of snow. It's that things are more – there's more maneuverability at that point. Like, they plow the streets so they're drivable, and that will take all day today and into tomorrow. Then it will be a couple days until they can start, when they bring the little plows out to remove the sidewalks and to remove the shoulders of the road. Like, there was like a good week and a half after that first snowstorm where like even Route 9 was missing a lane.
You just brought up the one piece of equipment that I really think I could get in and operate, and that's the mini Bobcat, like the sidewalk Bobcat.
Yeah.
Just put me in, Coach.
Those things almost swing like they like swing on like a rotator.
Zero turn, Fred. It's a zero turn machine.
Okay.
You all right?
I hope you don't talk to the guy who owns the Bobcat.
You okay?
Like
No, I want you to get it right.
Goodness.
Well, I didn't know.
Now you know.
I was ignorant. I wasn't trying to offend.
Look at you.
Sorry.
What is wrong?
You're like
with
Adam with all his PC terms. You have to know. If you say something wrong, he's straight out to HR on you.
Right down your throat with it.
And thanks to my Christmas gift from Nick, I've got the keys to hop in one of those things.
Yeah, steal that son of a bitch. Clean it up. Come over to my house. I'll let you do whatever you want. All right, we'll be back to end the show and then really get into the heart of the day, the fun of the day in just a moment.
It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy, and The Stack is brought to you by New England's largest Volkswagen dealer group, Colonial VW, located in Medford, Wellesley, and Westboro. Come see the amazing finance and lease offers happening every day at colonialvw.com. Yes, you can have it all at Colonial. Yeah. Pipes. Yeah. Let's go to Zach on line one. Let's take one phone call today.
Oh, good.
Zach, hello,
He is
Zach.
gone. He dropped off.
So much for phone calls. I didn't even use it. There you go. Gone. I don't even have it up now. All right, what's going on?
Shame that you can't be in New York City, Fred, because they are putting out a call for emergency shovelers, and they are paying $19 an hour to go out there and shovel city streets in New York. Now, I can see a young, enterprising Fred Toucher being first in line, showing up at City Hall saying, "Put me on, sir. I'm ready to go earn my keep around here."
I can see you doing that right now. I can see you
Well, that's what Hardy
volunteering.
said. Hardy said he'd do it for free. He said it in Slack. He said he'd do it for free.
I did not say that. Someone else said that about me. But
I'll tell you, if a group of kids were walking down the street, I think I probably have $200 in my wallet. I would hand those scamps $200 to do my driveway and not think twice about it.
Interesting.
Kids, if you know where Fred Toucher lives, you want to make
Show up
two
in
bills.
Just ask Blind Scott.
Ask Blind Scott for the
He's
address.
got a key. He can move the cars for you.
What if somebody were to show up at your house, Fred, and just start shoveling without agreeing to the job ahead of time?
Well, then I would know they weren't my neighbor.
Okay. Well, they stop where they were supposed to stop according to the property lines.
Yes, and it's there's a great dichotomy between the two areas.
But
One is
how would you feel about that if somebody showed up, just shoveled out your driveway and did all your stuff, and then knocked on the door and said, "What do you think of that?"
and they were like a neighbor?
No, they were a kid. They were an enterprising kid who just went and shoveled and then knocked on the door and said,
I'd give him every dollar I had in my wallet, and if I didn't have enough, I'd write him a check.
And then but then they would want to frame it. Then they wouldn't even be able to catch that thing because then it's like Vincent Price.
Well, that's what I was about to say.
The rent on a storage unit.
They could trade. They could trade Chachi for his. In fact, I have in this closet a check I got that Reggie Jackson did to an auto dealership somewhere in this. It was part of some kind of memorabilia package.
You're not kidding?
But I'm not kidding. Let's see if I can stretch this mic.
It's
out.
not Vincent Price, but you know.
Yeah. Chachi famously had the Vincent Price check that he written to. It was something as mundane as like a landscaper, which I don't find mundane. I think that's exciting, but like a storage unit or something like that. And that was one of Chachi's big pieces of memorabilia.
Yeah, this is a PSA graded check that Reggie Jackson wrote to a auto dealership. It's I obviously it's not in a place of great. It's not something I'm picking up all the time and going, huh. I hope my child didn't steal it.
Right.
That would be awful, but I don't know. I'll look for it while you're talking.
All right.
I can try to see if I can find it.
Scott Zolak is here. He did stay at the hotel last night. He said it was fantastic. He was a big fan. He says he can't wait to do it again, and he's not kidding.
All right, here we go. I found it. Here is the check. It is Reggie Jackson from his Newport Beach, California address, and he wrote it to Joe Mack. Can't even read it. But anyway, here you go. If anyone wants to see what a Reggie Jackson check looks like, it's right there on YouTube.
What's the amount?
$2,012.70.
What did he write in the memo? What was it for?
Delise Keach? I don't know. But
Okay.
it's right there. I don't know. You read it. I don't have my glasses on.
No, you don't. Yeah, I can't read it
Well, Nick,
either.
put me up. If you don't have me up, then there's a big problem.
No, you had it up, but I couldn't read it. So
Okay.
All right.
See?
All right. Wallach and I have to go find a place to have lunch.
Okay. You guys enjoy yourselves. Have lunch. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you for coming in today. That'll do it for us. Everyone have a great snowy day. Bye. Come over to my house. I'll let you do it.